Hey my ninja folks, this is new story, so I replace some words like booba for booba and booba, lol. So in this video we are gonna see, what if Naruto unlocked his rare Uzumaki bloodline before Chunin exam, overpower Naruto. This is part 3, and if you want more then please leave a like, that will be awesome, it motivate me to upload more videos. Let's get in the video. It's been 3 months since Sasuke escaped the village, and Taiya was brought back by Naruto, and it's been challenging to say the least. Taiya was a handful for everybody and even Naruto at times, but he eventually learned to ignore her. The first 2 weeks were the worst since she couldn't walk and Naruto had to become her personal assistant. Of course there were people who didn't approve of her being in the village, but Naruto simply told them that they'd have to go through him and they backed off. Soon a day came around whenever she could to help Naruto with Taiya and even teased Taiya a bit whenever she caught her looking at Naruto longer than she should have. Jiraiya found out about Taiya staying at Naruto's house, and being the pervert that he was, he tried to get Naruto peek on her, and he declined the offer. Coincidentally, Taiya walked in on Naruto taking a shower 2 days later and passed out due to severe blood loss. Tsunade of course found out and teased Taiya even more. The highlight of Taiya staying in Konoha so far was the day she got her curse mark removed. Of course Anko had hers removed first, but Taiya was the highlight of the day. They managed to remove it and were shocked that during the unsealing process, another Orochimaru started to form. Naruto quickly used his ability from his Hishigan to disable the Orochimaru clone, and Jiraiya cut his head off. Once the curse mark was removed, Taiya went into shock and Tsunade had to stabilize her before she had a heart attack and died. When Taiya woke up 2 days later, she felt light and felt like a new person. When she asked what happened, Naruto explained to her everything that happened and how her body went into shock after the curse seal was removed. She felt exhausted still, and Naruto told her that the removal of the curse mark drained her of her chakra reserves and they haven't fully recovered yet. The next thing Taiya did was look at her shoulder in a mirror and started to cry since the curse mark was gone. She gave Naruto a hug and kissed him on the cheek as she thanked him over and over again, but she stopped when she realized what she was doing and had a huge blush on her face. Once the others found out about Taiya living with Naruto, their reactions were all different. Shikamaru was wary of her because she was an enemy. Kiba was automatically against her living there. Rock Lee, Tenten and Neji kept to themselves, especially Neji, since he decided to give her a second chance since he's turned over a new leaf since his defeat during the Chunin exams. Shino was his usual self. Hinata was worried that she'd never get to be with Naruto and silently fumed over Taiya since she was very pretty and saw how Naruto smiled at Taiya when they would talk to each other. Sakura and Ino however were a completely different story. Sakura was openly against it and tried to break into Naruto's apartment while he was on a mission. Taiya was still weak from the curse seal removal so she couldn't do much, but Naruto thought ahead and placed security seals around the apartment to protect her. She didn't tell him, but she was really thankful for that. Sakura tried on multiple occasions to get into his apartment, but each time was met with failure. Ino tried to use her clan's jutsu to manipulate Taiya and have her thrown out of Konoha, but Taiya was a strong-willed person, and Ino always failed. Taiya decided to report them to Tsunade since she was still on probation at the time and they were both suspended for 6 months. The only problem Taiya had was her feelings for Naruto that would grow every day. He cooked for her, cleaned for her and until he was able to get a bed for her, he let her have his room while he slept on the couch. He brought out the nice side of her that she had buried deep inside of her long ago and she would blush whenever he was too close to her. He even started to teach her how to cook since she didn't know how and she was grateful since he was back on mission 2 weeks after she arrived. Over the past 3 months Naruto trained with Jiraiya and Tsunade for different reasons. Jiraiya trained him for 2 weeks using the 9 tails chakra and Tsunade helped him with Kekkei Genkai. Tsunade also assisted them in training with the 9 tails chakra since she was able to subdue him when he lost control. The training was brutal on Naruto who had to constantly draw on the 9 tails chakra. At first things were going good until Naruto drew on too much of the 9 tails chakra and grew 3 tails. He went on a rampage, but Tsunade and Jiraiya were able to easily handle him in order to subdue him. Jiraiya started to call that the 9 tails cloak since Naruto would be covered in a cloak of 9 tails chakra that would take the shape of a fox. After those 2 weeks were up, Tsunade began teaching him how to properly combine his water and wind chakra to control his ice Kekkei Genkai. He knew some jutsu for his Kekkei Genkai, but it wasn't much. He managed to learn the ice style. Crystal wall jutsu, ice style. Certain kill ice spears, ice style. Glacial dome and ice-breaking fist. When Taiya was cleared to become a shinobi and cleared to start training again, Taiya was given the rank of special genin since Tsunade couldn't just give her the Chunin rank right off the bat. That meant Taiya had to do the D rank missions, but that quickly stopped when people tried to attack her for being around Naruto and she put them in a coma. After 5 incidents like that, Tsunade paired Taiya up with Naruto and started to send her out on C rank missions. Right now Naruto and Taiya were in the middle of one of their C-rank missions. It was another bandit camp elimination that went around terrorizing small towns in the Land of Fire. These weren't regular bandits, as Naruto could tell they had some kind of ninja training. Naruto easily defeated all of his opponents, and now he was watching Taiya struggle with the last one. He knew her weakness was close combat, but he didn't think it was this bad. He tried to get her to learn some taijutsu, but she simply refused. She was open to learning some jinjutsu of course, but Kurenai was always out on missions with her team and she was the best jinjutsu user in Konoha. She finally defeated the last bandit and Naruto started clapping. Nice job. It only took you 15 minutes to defeat him. Naruto said. Shut the fuck up. Let's deal with the others. Taiya said. You weren't paying attention. They're already defeated. Naruto said and pointed at the bodies. Are they dead? Taiya asked. No. Most of them have bounties and I want to collect them. Naruto said. Then where can we collect the money? Taiya said. We? Naruto asked. Don't pull that shit with me. I helped. Taiya said. You took out one person and I handled the rest. I highly doubt that counts as helping. Naruto said. I'm still a genin. I need all the money I can get. Taiya said. Here's the deal. I'll split the money with you, but you have to cook me some ramen when we get back home. Naruto said. You're going to get fat from eating too much of that shit. Taiya said. Still doesn't stop you from eating it or watching me train. Naruto said. I do not. Taiya said. I'm a censor, remember? Naruto asked and Taiya blushed. Shut up. Let's just go. Taiya said. Stupid blonde pretty boy. Taiya thought. Yo, Naruto. Gamakichi said as he appeared. Gamakichi? What are you doing here? Naruto asked. Jiraiya said to come back to the village quickly. He says he has a mission. Gamakichi said. Alright. Naruto said and Gamakichi left. Back to the Leaf Village I guess. Taiya said and sighed. What's with the sigh? I thought you'd be happy to go back home. Naruto said. Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Taiya said. Hey, what's wrong? Naruto asked. Nothing. I'm just tired. Taiya said. Alright. Naruto said. After Naruto finished sealing all of the bodies away into a stasis scroll, they immediately left back to the Leaf Village, with Taiya moving faster than Naruto. Naruto didn't understand why she was acting weird all of a sudden, but he decided to leave her alone for now, since he didn't want to get yelled at. Taiya was fuming inside. She was out of the village and spending time with Naruto with no one interrupting them, but as soon as Jiraiya mentions a mission, Naruto completely forgets what they had to do and decides to head back to Konoha. They traveled all the way back to Konoha in silence, and Naruto decided he would talk to Tsunade about Taiya. Hokage office, mission complete, Granny Tsunade. Naruto said. Did everything go smoothly? Tsunade asked. Yup. Me and Taiya easily handled them. Naruto said. That's good. Oh, and Jiraiya was looking for you. Tsunade said. I know. Gamakichi came and told me. Naruto said. Good. Taiya, is everything alright? Tsunade asked. Yeah. I'm fine. I'm just tired. Taiya said. Alright. You're both dismissed. Tsunade said and Taiya left, but Naruto stayed behind. Granny Tsunade, can I ask you something? Naruto asked. Let me guess. It's about Taiya. Tsunade said. How'd you know? Naruto asked. I just know. Now, what is it? Tsunade asked. She's being distant and didn't talk to me on our way back. I don't know if I did something wrong or not. Naruto said. He still doesn't understand what's going on. Tsunade thought. Well, what happened on the mission? Tsunade asked. The usual. We got there of course joking around, but still serious. Then we took out the bandits and since some of them had bounties on their heads, we were gonna cash in for the bounty, but Pervy Sage sent Gamakichi to tell me about our mission. I decided to come back here to get started on the mission. Naruto said. I'll be blunt. Taiya was looking forward to spending more time with you. You're the person she's closest with in this village. Tsunade said. But we were just on a mission for 2 days. We already spent time together. Naruto said and Tsunade sighed. Naruto, Taiya likes you. Tsunade said. I like her too. She's a good friend. Naruto said. No. She likes you like a boyfriend. Tsunade said. Well, how was I supposed to know? She didn't tell me. Naruto said. Of course she didn't. Taiya doesn't seem like the type to just spill her feelings towards you. Do you like her as well? Tsunade asked. I just said yeah. Naruto said. No. I mean as in a romantic type of way. Tsunade said. I don't know. Maybe. It's not like she's given me any clues or anything that pointed to her liking me. Naruto said. How about this? Take her out when you return from the mission with Jiraiya. If I'm not mistaken, there's going to be a festival about a day after you return. Take Taiya out on a date and see how it goes. Tsunade said. I guess you're right, but there's a problem with that festival. Naruto said. What's that? Tsunade asked. The festival coming up is the Nine Tails Festival, and I never go to those. Naruto said. Damn it, that is right. Tsunade said. I guess I'll go this year for Taiya and to see how I feel, but I can't make any promises that I won't fight anybody that attacks me. Naruto said. Just try to have a good time. Tsunade said. I'll try. Naruto said. You're gonna be 14 and I feel like I barely spent any time with you outside of training. Tsunade said. Don't worry. When I get back from my trip with Pervy Sage we can spend time together. Have a mother and son kind of day. Naruto said. Mother? Tsunade asked. I mean, you do treat me like a son and you are my godmother. Since we've officially met you've shown me the love and care an actual mother would. I know I call you Granny Tsunade, but I think of you as my mom. Naruto said and Tsunade smiled before giving him a hug. I'll make sure to clear a day for when you get back. Tsunade said and they broke the hug. There's just one thing bothering me. Naruto said. What is it? Tsunade asked. I'll be leaving in a month or two with Pervy Sage for my training trip. Does it make sense to start a relationship when I'm about to leave in 2 months? Naruto asked. You have a point. Just spend time with her to see how it goes. After that before you leave see where you two stand. Does she know you're leaving? Tsunade asked. No. Me and Pervy Sage figured it was best that only you and the elders know. Well, not Danzo, but the other two. Naruto said and sat down on the couch in her office. You know if she sees you leaving she'll ask to come with you or try to kill you, right? Tsunade asked. I know. Was it this bad when you fell for Pervy Sage? Naruto asked. No. Actually the roles were reversed on our end. Jiraiya always loved me, but I was never sure or I would deny it. I didn't accept my feelings for him until I was gone from the village and didn't see him. You have a chance at love and if I were you, I'd take it before it's too late. Tsunade said. We'll see what happens. I'll see you later. It's time for me to meet Pervy Sage. Do you know what rank this mission is? Naruto asked. You have to ask him. Tsunade said. Alright. Naruto said and vanished. Hot springs. Pervy Sage, you should really find a better hobby. Naruto said as he arrived at the hot springs. Why? This is the greatest hobby ever. Jiraiya said and started to giggle. Whatever. Gamakichi told me you had a mission for us. Naruto said. It's not really a mission for me, but it is for you. You remember Koyuki Kazuhana, right? Jiraiya asked. Yeah. I had a mission 2 months ago to protect her and wound up killing her uncle after he tried to take over the land of snow. She even took a picture with me and gave me a kiss on the cheek. Naruto said. Good. I've been trying to get her to be the lead actress in my book that was picked up for a movie and she agreed to sign the contract, but on one condition. Jiraiya said. I'm sure it involves me. Naruto said. It does. While we're filming she wants you to be her bodyguard. There's been another assassination attempt on her life and she thinks it's somebody who worked for her uncle. They use that same chakra armor and her guards don't stand a chance against it. If you find the person who's doing it, then take them out. This is an S-rank mission. Jiraiya said. So, when do we leave? Naruto asked. She's sending an aircraft to meet us near the Valley of End. We should leave now and we'd get there by the time the aircraft arrives. Jiraiya said. How long will we be gone? Naruto asked. About a month and a half. Since our trip was delayed due to Tsunade wanting to give you some field experience, we'll be leaving the day after your birthday. Jiraiya said. It's still for 2.5 years, right? Naruto asked. Yeah. Maybe with us delaying our departure, the Akatsuki will delay their plans as well. Now, let's get going. The airship will be here soon. Jiraiya said and they vanished. Land of Snow. After going to the Valley of End and getting on the airship, Naruto and Jiraiya finally made it to the Land of Snow. Koyuki wasn't with them since she was stuck in a meeting, but she personally invited them to her home. Naruto looked around a bit and noticed everyone was happier now since Dato was dead and Koyuki took over. They were being personally escorted to Koyuki even though they didn't need it. Another thing that Naruto and Jiraiya learned was that Naruto had a huge following over in the Land of Snow. In other words, Naruto has fangirls and they nearly got to him a few times. Now, he had to walk around with a henjon so nobody would see him. He saw Jiraiya was for once being serious, but he knew it was only a matter of time before he did something perverted and he hoped it didn't involve Koyuki. We're here. Lady Koyuki is just beyond these doors. A guard said and they entered the room. Naruto. It's so good to see you again. Koyuki said and she gave him a huge hug squishing his head between her breasts. Lucky brat. Jiraiya thought. It's good to see you as well Koyuki. Oh and this is Jiraiya, but I like to call him Pervy Sage. Naruto said and Jiraiya punched him on the head. Stop calling me that. Jiraiya said and Koyuki giggled. Nice to officially meet you, Lord Jiraiya. Koyuki said and bowed. Pleasure is all mine. Jiraiya said and had a certain look on his face. Hey, Pervy Sage. Stop looking at her like she's a girl at the brothel house. Naruto said. Shut up. Jiraiya said. Stop being a perv and I will. Naruto said, and this caused a glaring contest between the two. Still haven't changed, Naruto. Although, Lord Jiraiya. I must warn you that your antics are strictly forbidden in my country. I have no problem placing you under arrest and nullifying the treaty between our villages. Koyuki said and Jiraiya was nearly heartbroken. Almost 2 months with no peeking. How will I ever survive? Jiraiya thought. I can tell you right now that you were the first person he tried to spy on. Naruto said. I know. That is why I will be staying in a secret location guarded by you, Naruto. Koyuki said. What about food? Naruto asked and Koyuki sighed. I have the best chefs we have cooking you ramen as we speak. Now, shall we get onto business? Koyuki asked and Jiraiya spoke up. I'm excited and happy that you've accepted the contract. I honestly didn't think that you would. Jiraiya said. Well, this was the first role I was offered since I took over. Now, I have one thing I would like to change up. Koyuki said. What would that be? Jiraiya asked. I wish to use a stunt double for the sex scenes. Your movie has actual sex and I'm not comfortable being naked on camera or in front of people. Naruto's the exception since he's already seen me like that. Koyuki said and Jiraiya was jealous of Naruto right now. We don't have enough time to find a stunt double. That and your looks are unique. Jiraiya said. That is all I want. I will do the movie, but not the porno scenes. Isn't there some kind of way to find somebody in a week? Koyuki asked. I'm afraid not. Jiraiya said. You two can't be serious. The solution is so simple. Just grab a female that is legal and see if she's willing to do the scene. All you need her to do is use the transformation jutsu and boom everybody wins. Naruto said. There's just one problem. We don't have anybody with that kind of training. Jiraiya said. I can get somebody. Naruto said. How? We're all the way in the land of snow. Jiraiya said. Amakichi can do it for me. He knows how to grab somebody and bring them with him. Of course he'd be tired after it, but he can do it. Naruto said. How old is she? Jiraiya asked. 24. She always wanted to be an actor in these kinds of movies. She works at the brothel house, so she'd be perfect for this. Naruto said. How does she have ninja training? Jiraiya asked. She said her grandfather taught her when she was younger, but she never wanted to be a ninja. She always wanted to be in a movie. Actually, all of the brothel house women know how to defend themselves. I wonder if she taught them. Naruto said. Will she be able to look just like me? Koyuki asked. Absolutely. Only thing that she needs is what your body looks like. Naruto said. I'm sure she can just imagine that. Koyuki said. I guess. Naruto said and summoned Gamakichi. Yo. What's up? Gamakichi asked. Kichi, I need you to go back to Konoha and grab Sakusu from my apartment building. She lives in 202. Naruto said. Oh. Doing that makes me tired. Gamakichi said. You can have this entire bag of sweets if you do it. Naruto said and unsealed a medium-sized bag. And again, you are my favorite summoner. I'll be back. Gamakichi said and left. That's how you get him to do stuff for you? Jiraiya asked. Yup. It's even worse with Gamatatsu. Naruto said and then a puff of smoke appeared. I'm back. Give me the treats. Gamakichi said. Well, that was faster than I expected. Must be because of the treats. Naruto thought and gave him the bag. See ya. Gamakichi said and left. Naruto, what am I doing here? Sakusu asked. Sakusu is a beautiful woman to everyone that has ever laid eyes on her. She has tan skin, long flowing black hair that stops at her waist and green eyes. Jiraiya, however, was drawn to her chest. Her breasts were nearly the size of Tsunade's and she had a nice figure to add to her beauty. They're 92 centimeters, pervy sage. Stop staring at her. Naruto said. You remembered. Sakusu said and gave Naruto a big hug. I had no choice. When you were sick I went to do your shopping. 92, 60 and 87 were your measurements. After I had the talk with Anko, I put 2 and 2 together. Naruto said. He knows all of this and yet he constantly gets on me for being a pervert. Jiraiya thought. Naruto, why am I here? Sakusu asked. You're here to be a stunt double for the movie Pervy Sage is doing. Naruto said. Who am I the stunt double for? Sakusu asked. That would be me. Koyuki said and Sakusu gasped. No fucking way. I get to be your stunt double, Sakusu asked. That is correct. I don't want to get naked in front of the camera. I don't feel comfortable being naked on camera or in front of people. Koyuki said. Naruto saw you naked. Jiraiya said. Shut it, Pervy Sage. Naruto said. Don't call me that. Jiraiya yelled and everyone ignored him. Your breasts are too big to be mine. You're what, H-cup? I'm only a double D, Koyuki said. It's fine. People know there are stunt doubles who do this kind of thing and mess up the body size, but in this case I don't think they would mind. All she really has to do is have your face correct and skin color. Jiraiya said. I can do that. Sakusu said and transformed into Koyuki except with her body type. Perfect. Jiraiya said. Can you mimic my voice? Koyuki asked. Of course I can. Sakusu said and sounded just like Koyuki. Great. Sakusu, come with me and we'll talk about your pay with the director. Jiraiya said. You try anything and I'll cut your dick off. Sakusu said and Jiraiya paled, but nodded. You got it. Naruto, you know what to do. Jiraiya said and left with Sakusu. You know the other reason I want you here, right? Koyuki asked. Yes, but why now when you're about to shoot a movie? Why not ask before? Naruto asked. Because I can use this as cover. Whoever is attacking me won't know you're here. I gave all of my closest guards the next month and a half off. I know you walked around with a henjon, so they don't know you're here. Koyuki said. Do you have any suspicions on who it might be? Naruto asked. Yeah. I think it's my personal guard. Koyuki said. Why would Sadai want you dead? Naruto asked. Because he wants that chakra armor mass produced, but I reject his proposals every time. He thinks we should conquer the surrounding territory, but I want a peaceful country. Koyuki said. Does he have any skills? Naruto asked. He can fire type jutsu. That's all I know. He thinks the chakra armor can make an ninjutsu specialist invincible. Koyuki said. Do you know if he has some? Naruto asked. I don't know. It's possible. I was in a meeting earlier and we were talking about ships coming and overnight delivering something, but nobody knew anything. I'm suspicious of Sadai since he's more distant towards me lately. Koyuki said. I see. After this, you should really consider getting a better assistant. Naruto said. I don't think I'll find another assistant like Sandeu. Sadai was good when he first started, but now it's like I'm handling everything on my own. Koyuki said. I know somebody that can help. Naruto said. Is this another brothel house girl? Koyuki asked. Yes and no. Naruto said. Explain please. Koyuki said. She works there, but is the receptionist. She organizes everything like appointments, personal visits, and even handles the money. It's the only job she could find to help provide for her, but I'm sure if a certain movie star and leader of a certain country needed an assistant, I'm sure she'd move here. Naruto said. How old is she? Koyuki asked. 21. Naruto said. The airship that will take you back, I want her on it. Send her a letter. Koyuki said. I will. Now, where are we headed? Naruto asked. Well, I want your help with something. Koyuki said. What would that be? Naruto asked. Teach me some of your fancy ninja moves. Koyuki said. I tried last time. What made you change your mind? Naruto asked. Last time you asked me was right after you killed my uncle and then we had Sandei's funeral. Koyuki said. True. Now, what would you like to learn? Naruto asked. Everything. Koyuki said. Fine. Do you have access to your chakra yet? Naruto asked. Yeah. Koyuki said. Channel some chakra then. Use the tiger seal and gather as much chakra as you can. Naruto said and showed her the tiger hand sign. Okay. Koyuki said, and after a few tries she finally released some chakra. She must have been using chakra throughout her life without even realizing it. She has Jonin level reserves. Now comes the fun part, chakra control training. Naruto thought. Alright. You can stop now. Naruto said. How was that? Koyuki asked. That's good. You have as much chakra as a Jounin would. Now, comes the part of you learning to control your chakra. Naruto said. What's first? Koyuki asked. Tree walking, but I'll have you do it on the walls. This involves channeling a fixed amount of chakra to the bottom of your feet and using that to climb the wall without your hands. Too little chakra and too much chakra and you'll be pushed off the wall and fall. What I want you to do is try and get to the ceiling since this is a pretty big room. Naruto said. Sounds easy enough. Koyuki said. If you say so. Naruto said. How long should it take me to get this down? Koyuki asked. It really depends on your ability to control your chakra really. It took me a few days to learn this, but my chakra is difficult to control because I have so much of it. If you have a natural talent at controlling your chakra, I'd give you a few hours a day. Naruto said. Then let's get started. Koyuki said. 2 weeks later, Naruto and Koyuki were currently in a spar which was something they've been doing during her free time. In the past 2 weeks, Koyuki has mastered tree walking and water walking. Naruto also taught her the shadow clone jutsu, and since Koyuki was able to make 5 shadow clones, while they would spar, Naruto would have her make 4 shadow clones and teach them some water ninjutsu since that was one of her chakra natures, with the other being lightning. Alright. That's enough for today. Naruto said and Koyuki collapsed to the ground. Why are you training me so hard? Koyuki asked. Trust me. This isn't hard. Anyway, I only have a month left to help you train and I want to get as much done as possible. Naruto said. At least my schedule for the movie isn't that bad. Koyuki said. That's true. Now, release your shadow clones and see if they finished those jutsu yet. Naruto said and Koyuki nodded, then released her shadow clones. Finally. Koyuki said. Show me. Naruto said. Water style. Ripping torrent. Koyuki created a spiral of water in her hand and then fired it towards Naruto, who countered with his own ripping torrent. Water style. Water shuriken. Koyuki created some shuriken from water and threw them at Naruto, who was wondering why she's using him for target practice. Water style. Severing wave. Koyuki spit out a high-pressure stream of water at Naruto, who barely got out of the way and saw that her jutsu cut clean through the wall where they were training at. Water style. Water tornado. Koyuki created a vortex of water that was acting like a barrier, and when she was about to send it to Naruto, one look from him made her change her mind. Okay. You learned all 4 jutsus and used me as target practice. Next step is Genjutsu and we'll keep working on your Taijutsu. Naruto said. I'm gonna hate this Taijutsu training. Koyuki said. You'll be fine. I do have a question though. Naruto said. What's that? Koyuki asked. Why did you want me to train you? You could have just privately hired somebody. Why me? Naruto asked. Because you're the only person I trust with this kind of thing. I know Jiraiya is here, but I think he'd be a bit too hands-on with me. That and I know you're strong. Koyuki said. I guess I can live with that. Naruto said. So, have you had any luck with Sadai? Koyuki asked. Yeah. It's definitely him. 2 days ago I saw him signing for another arrival from a ship. I tracked him down to where he's building the chakra armor and it seems he only has on for himself. I couldn't destroy it because the core he has is a lot more powerful than the one your uncle used. I'd have to get him when he makes his move. Naruto said. When would that be? Koyuki asked. I'd say within the next few days. He has everything he needs to finish it, but I think he's carefully waiting to make sure you're alone. Naruto said. I don't think I'll be able to handle him. Koyuki said. You won't be. I'll be there to take him on. Naruto said. After he's taken care of, what's next? Koyuki asked. Then you finish the movie and your training. Naruto said. Don't I get to have any kind of fun? Koyuki asked and pouted. I'll be giving you more time off to heal. I'm only training you so much because I don't know if Sadai has anyone working with him. Naruto said. I just thought about this. Can that girl you recommended protect herself as well like Sakusu? Koyuki asked. Yeah. She was trained to be a ninja, but didn't enjoy the killing part and the third Hokage mainly sent her on seduction missions. She never had to go that far in the missions, but she felt like the third Hokage was trying to get her killed or raped. Naruto said. Well, she won't have to worry about that here. That kind of stuff is severely frowned upon here and has a castration penalty. Koyuki said. If only Konoha was like that before Granny Tsunade took over. Anyway, your training is over for today. Naruto said. Good. How strong am I? Koyuki asked. Well, if I had to guess I'd say mid-genin, but that's only because you just started training with me. By the time I leave you should be about a mid-Chunin level opponent. The shadow clones are helping speed up your progress. Naruto said. So I'd be able to take you on? Koyuki asked. No. I'm basically mid-Jonin level, but I lack experience. Naruto said. Well, how will I train after you leave? We mainly have samurai here. Koyuki said. I'm sure Granny Tsunade wouldn't mind sending you some stuff to learn. We are allies after all. Naruto said. Nice. So, how do I do Genjutsu? Koyuki asked. We'll work on that another time. I said you're done for today and you have some movie scenes to film tomorrow. Naruto said. What will you be doing? Koyuki asked. I have something to do. A personal mission of sorts. Naruto said. Does it have anything to do with a girl? Koyuki asked. Is it that obvious? How did you know? Naruto asked. I can tell by the look on your face. Now, who is the lucky lady? Koyuki asked and Naruto sighed. Her name's Taiya. When we get back to Konoha I'm taking her out on a date of sorts to this annual festival we have in our village. I was thinking about getting her a nice dress or something to wear for the festival. Naruto said. Is she your girlfriend? Koyuki asked. No. I'm taking her to see how I feel. I mean, I know she likes me, but I'm not sure if I like her. Naruto said. You like her? Koyuki said. What makes you say that? Naruto asked. If you didn't like her then you wouldn't be trying to buy her a nice dress. Koyuki said. I feel something, but I don't know what it is. Naruto said. Then act on that feeling. If she likes you, then I don't think she'd mind. Koyuki said. You don't know Taiya like I do. If I do act on those feelings, there's a good chance that she'll kick me in the nuts or try to stab me. Naruto said. Just trust me. If she really likes you, then she won't mind. I am a girl after all. Koyuki said. Yeah. A girl who's never been on a date before. Naruto said. By choice. If you were older I'd allow you to take me out. Koyuki said. Maybe in another world. Naruto said and Koyuki laughed. Joking aside. If you really want to get her a good dress, go to the dress store and ask for Chiem. She makes all of my elegant dresses and if you tell her I sent you, I'm sure she'd help you out. Koyuki said. Thanks. I'll owe you one for this. Naruto said. You'll be saving my life for a second time while you're here. You don't owe me anything. Koyuki said. I guess you're right. Are you ready to leave now? Naruto asked. Yes. Can you take me back to where I am staying? I need to soak in the hot springs there. Koyuki said. Sure. Any progress on completing the generator? Naruto asked. It's nearly done. I have my best scientists working on it. We should officially become the land of spring within the next year. Koyuki said. That's good. Maybe I'll come back to visit once it's done. Naruto said and vanished with Koyuki. Naruto. As he was walking through the land of snow under his henge, Naruto was looking around for that dress shop that Koyuki told him about. Everything was so lively around here, and if it weren't for his fangirls, he'd gladly walk around without his henge. He looked like a small 8-year-old with brown hair and black eyes. As he was walking, he noticed his search led him into a more fancy part of the land of snow, and he felt a bit out of place. He found the store he was looking for and finally entered. "Hello. How may I help you, young man?" The lady at the desk asked with a smile. I'm looking for Chiem. I was told to come here to get a custom dress made." Naruto said. "Aren't you a bit too young to ask for a custom dress?" The cashier asked, and Naruto looked around before dropping his henge. "It's me, Naruto Uzumaki." Naruto said. "Oh gosh. It's really you?" The cashier said, and Naruto placed his hand over her mouth. "Please, keep it down. Nobody is supposed to know I'm here, but I had to do this." Naruto said, and she nodded. "Sorry. It's just that you're famous in the land of snow. Anyway, Chiem is around back. Just go through that door and she should be in her office." The lady said and pointed to a door. "Thanks." Naruto said and went through the doors. "Well, this is a surprise. The famous Naruto Uzumaki is in my shop and he is personally looking for me. To what do I owe the pleasure?" Chiem asked. "Koyuki sent me here to get a custom dress made." Naruto said. "Who's the lucky lady?" Chiem asked and pulled out a notepad. "Seriously? Do I have a note or something on my face?" Naruto asked. "Honey, I've been in this business for 20 years. I know when a dress is for a girl or not. Now, what are her measurements?" Chiem asked. "I hope she doesn't kill me for this. If she does, I blame Shizune for forcing me to go shopping with her." 30, 32, 35. Naruto said, and Chiem wrote it down. "That's odd for a measurement, but I'm sure she'll have a massive growth spurt soon." "What's her personality?" Chiem asked. "Well, she's usually quiet unless she's around somebody she knows. She's an overbearing, abrasive, blunt, foul-mouthed girl, which has somewhat rubbed off on me. She is caring and sweet, but that's only when we're around each other with no one else around. She does swear at me when we're alone, but she's just joking." Naruto said, and Chiem wrote that down. What's she look like?" Chiem asked. "Fair skin, nice brown eyes, and she has long beautiful red hair." Naruto said. "I see. I should have something prepared for you in 2 weeks." Chiem said. "Thank you." Naruto said. "You should tell her how you feel." Chiem said. "It's really complicated on my end and not for any bad reasons." Naruto said. "Whatever it is, I'm sure you'll make the right decision." Chiem said, and Naruto left. Konoha. Nobody was safe in Konoha at the moment, and Taiya was the reason for it. It's been 2 weeks since Naruto left and she hasn't gotten word or anything from him. Add in the fact that she had to go on a lot of basic C-rank missions with Team 8 and she's basically a ticking time bomb right now. Kurenai was fine and she helped her with her genjutsu skills. It was Kiba and Hinata who were the problem. Kiba would purposely try to sabotage her on their missions while Kurenai was busy, and that resulted in Taiya throwing kunai at him. Kiba told her that she's lucky Naruto is a nice guy and gave her a second chance, but he also said that he would kill her if she ever crossed the line and hurt him. Taiya quickly shut him down when she told him that Naruto doesn't even consider any of them his friends. She also told Kiba that he could try to kill her, but she'd have him dead before he could even move, which was true since Kiba was horrible at breaking genjutsu and all of her genjutsu so far were sound-based, which was his weakness due to his hearing. Hinata on the other hand just kept staring at Taiya and she swore she saw her glare at her once. The tension between the two of them was obvious, and Hinata would purposely poke her chest out while walking past Taiya to show off her figure. At first Taiya was confused. When she talked to Kurenai about it, she learned about Hinata's crush on Naruto and even found out she stalked him around the village. Taiya told Hinata when they were alone that it was only a matter of time before Naruto was hers, and that was the truth. The only thing is, Naruto didn't pick up on any signals she gave him indicating she liked him. She was currently in Tsunade's office since they just returned from another mission. "Mission complete, Lady Tsunade." Kurenai said. "Good. Any problems?" Tsunade asked and looked at Taiya, who was irritated. "Why the fuck do you keep looking at me? I didn't do shit. It was these two fuckers as usual." Taiya said. "What did I tell you about swearing in my office?" Tsunade asked and Taiya sighed. "Fine. I'm sorry, big tits." Taiya said and Tsunade pinched her nose. Kurenai and teammate dismissed. Tsunade said. "Thank you. Teammate, meet me at training ground 8 in 2 days for training." Taiya, "Feel free to join if you like." Kurenai said and then left with teammate. "Not gonna happen." Taiya said. "You should really try to get along with them." Tsunade said. "I tried and it's not working. I'd rather die than be friends with them anyway." Taiya said. "You still can't cause problems on the missions." Tsunade said. I just want to get them done quickly with no problems, but the nut-licking mud and shy stalker keep bothering me." Taiya said. "It's amazing how she can come up with so many insults and find a way for them to be funny, but true as well." Shizune thought. How about I send you on missions with Team 9? Tsunade asked. Do you want me to kill the 2 green beans? Taiya asked. Fair point. What about Team 10? Tsunade asked. But the lazy crybaby, the chainsmaker, Tubbs and the prissy blonde slut. I'd rather pass. Can't I just go on some missions by myself? I can handle it. Taiya said. You sound like Naruto right now. Tsunade said and Taiya blushed a bit. It's the truth. Taiya said. I know, but I can't send a genin on a C-rank mission by themselves. Tsunade said. Then promote me to Chunin. Taiya said. I can't. You know you have to take the Chunin exams for your Chunin promotion. That was part of the deal with the Shinobi Council. Tsunade said. Yeah. Taiya said and waved her hand at Tsunade. Those are your only options. Tsunade said. Why can't I just do a C-rank mission with a Jonin or Anbu member watching me then? I don't need the entire team to come with me. Taiya said. Who do you have in mind? Tsunade asked. Please don't say Anko. Shizune thought. Kurenai, Anko or Cat. I get along with them. I don't really know Hana that much and the other Jonin can choke on a kunai. Taiya said. I'll talk to them about it. Tsunade said and Taiya nodded. Just out of curiosity. When does Naruto get back? Taiya asked. Why? Do you miss him? Tsunade asked and smirked when Taiya blushed. No. He's the only person my age in this village that I can tolerate. Taiya said. I know when he gets back, but I can't tell you since it's an S-rank mission from what I understand. Tsunade said. Come on. Can't you give me a hint? Taiya asked. Nope. Tsunade said and Taiya yelled before storming out of the office. Why didn't you let her know when Naruto was coming back? Shizune asked. Because it's fun messing with her. I need to have some kind of fun on the job. Tsunade said. I guess you're right. Shizune said and Kat appeared in the office. What is it, Kat? Tsunade asked. Taiya has gone on a rampage again. Do I have permission to apprehend her? Kat asked. Let her blow off some steam. It's kind of my fault. Is there anything else? Tsunade asked. Yes. The council is waiting for you. There was an emergency meeting called about Naruto not being in the village. Kat said. Who called the meeting? Tsunade asked. Elder Danzo. Kat said. Of course he did. I'll be there shortly. Tsunade said and Kat vanished. That's odd. Shizune said. I know. Why would Danzo call a meeting because Naruto isn't here? Tsunade asked. Because Danzo doesn't know that Naruto is out on a mission with Jiraiya. He doesn't know much that goes on anymore since you sealed the office now and it keeps his little spies out. One thing we know about Danzo is that he doesn't like when he doesn't know what's going on in the village. Shizune said. No. Danzo wants something else. Tsunade said. What could he be after? Shizune asked and after Tsunade thought about it, her eyes went wide. He wants Taiya. Kat. Tsunade yelled. Yes, Lady Tsunade. Kat asked. I want you to grab Anko and Kurenai. Go protect Taiya at any cost. Tsunade said. Of course. Kat said and vanished. Why would Danzo want Taiya? Shizune asked. He doesn't want Taiya. He wants Naruto and he knows if he can get Taiya, then he can blackmail Naruto into joining him. Tsunade said. That isn't very smart. Danzo is putting the entire village at risk. Naruto would lose control of the 9 tails if something happened to Taiya. Shizune said. I know. That's why I have 3 of my top Jonin and an Anbu going to help her. Tsunade said. What will we do about the meeting? Shizune asked. We'll go, but act normal. Tsunade said. Konoha Forest. Who the fuck are you and what the fuck do you want? Taiya asked as she was surrounded by 15 blank mask Anbu. Our master would like a word with you. The obvious captain said. Tell your boss I said to kiss my fucking ass. Taiya said and pulled out her flute. Better. Use force, but do not kill her. The Anbu captain said, but that's when Anko, Kurenai and Kat landed in front of Taiya. Oh. You guys weren't going to start without us, were you? Anko said. Either leave or die. Kat said. Kill them all. Leave the girl alive. The captain said. It's like you're a magnet for trouble, Taiya. Kurenai said. Shit happens. Taiya said. Let's do this. Anko said. Anko pulled out 2 kunai and ran towards the first 2 Anbu members she saw. The Anbu members pulled out their Tanto swords and swung at Anko, but she did a split to avoid the swipes and threw a kunai into each of their groin. Anko removed the kunai and then quickly slit their throats. She was nearly kicked from behind, but her years of experience kicked in and she used her hidden shadow snake hands to grab the Anbu and threw a kunai straight through his skull. These guys aren't that strong. Anko said and pouted. We have our orders, Anko. Kurenai said. Kurenai ducked out of the way from a head kick by an Anbu and quickly trapped him in the Hellfire Jinjutsu. Before the Anbu could break the Jinjutsu, Kurenai threw multiple shuriken into his body. She saw 2 more Anbu coming at her and she trapped them in the tree-binding death Jinjutsu, then watched as the Anbu fell to the ground dead since the tree exploded. 6 down, 9 more to go. Kurenai said. Taiya hid in the trees using the double full surrounding Jinjutsu to keep herself hidden. She used the summoning jutsu to summon her doki into the fight. Once the doki were summoned, Taiya used her flute to control her doki and had them attack the 4 Anbu members that were still trapped in her genjutsu still. Since she no longer had the curse mark, it was hard for her to have complete control over the doki since she didn't have that evil presence on her anymore, but she had just enough control to have them smash the 4 Anbu members and kill them. She's right. These guys are fucking weak. How the fuck didn't they know they were under a damn genjutsu? Taiya asked and Kurenai sighed. We really need to work on that mouth of yours. Kurenai said. My mouth is pretty fucking fine. Taiya said. I don't see a problem with how she talks. Anko said. Of course you don't. Kurenai said and then the 5 remaining Anbu members fell to the ground. What the fuck was that? Taiya asked. Did you forget that I was here? Kat asked. Well, yeah. I'm not a fucking censor and I thought you got your pretty ass out of here. Taiya said. How do you know I'm pretty? You don't know what I look like. Kat said. There's only 2 people in the damn village with purple fucking hair. I know who you are. Taiya said. She's got a point. Anko said. Let's just seal the bodies and report to Lady Tsunade. Kurenai said. That's not going to happen. Anko said. Why? Taiya asked. Look. Anko said and they saw all the bodies go up in flames. What the hell? Was that the aftermath of your genjutsu? Taiya asked. No. I had nothing to do with that. Kurenai said. Wait. How'd you know I was in trouble? Taiya asked. Lady Tsunade had a feeling you were in danger since an emergency meeting was called about Naruto being gone, but it's never happened like that before. Kat said. Then Big Tits must have known that the Anbu would come after me. I thought the Anbu only responded to her, the Anbu captain and Anbu commander. Taiya said. They do, but I don't think these are normal Anbu members. Anko said. What the hell does that mean? Taiya asked. We need to go to Lady Tsunade. Kat said, then vanished with Anko and Kurenai. What the fuck? Aren't you fucking forgetting something? Taiya yelled and Kurenai came back. Sorry. Kurenai said and grabbed Taiya before vanishing. Tsunade's office. So, I was right. Tsunade said. Yes, Lady Tsunade. When we arrived she was surrounded by 15 blank mask Anbu members. Kat said. Why were they after me? I didn't do anything wrong. Well, I don't think I did. Taiya said and crossed her arms while thinking. Sheesh. She even has Naruto's thinking face. Tsunade said. They weren't after you exactly, Taiya. Shizune said. Then you were Big Tits better start explaining. Taiya said. The person who sent them isn't after you. He's after Naruto. You were more than likely going to be used as blackmail to force Naruto to join his side. Tsunade said. So, why not go after Naruto himself then? Taiya asked. Because Naruto is the 9 Tails Jinchuriki and the guy doesn't want Naruto to release the 9 Tails, but he made one miscalculation. Tsunade said. What's that? Anko asked. Taiya, what do you think Naruto would do if he found out somebody in this village was holding you hostage? Tsunade asked. Come look for me. Taiya said. That's right, but when he finds you, there's a chance that he can release more 9 Tails chakra than he can currently handle and fully release the 9 Tails. Either way this village would be destroyed. Tsunade said. Damn. So, who's the guy that sent the Anbu after me? Taiya asked. His name is Danzo Shimura and he's an elder on our council. Tsunade said. Bandage over his eye and missing an arm? Has an X on his chin. Taiya asked. Yeah. How do you know him? Shizune asked. A few years ago I saw him talking with Orochimaru about something, but I didn't know what it was about since they were talking quietly. Taiya said. It's something, but it's not much. Tsunade said. So, do you mind telling me why your Anbu attacked me when they're supposed to answer to only you, the Anbu captain and Anbu commander? Taiya asked. These aren't my Anbu. Those Anbu belong to Root. It's an illegally ran division of Anbu Black Ops, and Danzo is the leader. Tsunade said. Then if it's illegal, why not arrest him? Taiya asked. Because he doesn't leave any trail. I've dealt with a few Root Anbu when I took over as Hokage, and after they are defeated, they go up in flames. He's very careful and nobody knows the location of the base. Naruto is the best censor in the village and he couldn't even find them. He thinks wherever they're hidden is protected by seals. Tsunade said. Lady Tsunade, what do we do now? Kurenai asked. Yeah. I was looking forward to torturing them, but now I can't. Can I go after Danzo and bring him in for questioning? Anko asked and pulled out a kunai. No. For now we do nothing. His priorities right now are Naruto and taking the Hokage title from me, but that won't happen. Naruto is being trained by Jiraiya, so he's under careful watch basically all the time, even when Jiraiya isn't in the village. As for me. Well, let's just say that I'm even better than I was when I was younger. Tsunade said. Well, how old are you? Taiya asked. Don't worry about it. Tsunade said. I bet Naruto knows. Taiya said. He does, but he swore he won't tell anybody. Tsunade said. I can get it out of him. Taiya said with confidence. I told him if he tells anybody my age, then I'll personally have the Ichirikas ban him from eating there ever again. Tsunade said. Damn it. Taiya said. Will Danzo come after us now? Kurenai asked. No. He knows both of you are needed to keep Konoha safe, since you're some of the top jonin, and Kat is the Anbu captain. Tsunade said. What about me? I mean if that's all he's sending after me then I can handle them easily. Taiya said. No. If he makes another move on you, then next time the Anbu he sends will be stronger. Shizune said. Then what do I do? Taiya asked. You train obviously. He'll go in the shadows for now since he knows he failed and that gives us time to prepare. I don't know what you want to train in, but I'll give you 2 weeks 3 weeks to make up your mind before I choose a training regime for you. Tsunade said. Fine. I'll look into some stuff. Taiya said. Good. You're all dismissed. Tsunade said and they left the office. Lady Tsunade, perhaps it is best that you implement your medical program now with everything going on. The Akatsuki were one thing, but now Danzo has joined our list of oncoming problems. Shizune said. Yes, I know. I want a list of everyone you think would benefit the most from this course. Both of us will be leading this, but it will mainly be you since I have my Hokage duties to deal with as well. Tsunade said. Yes, Mladen. Shizune said and left the office. As soon as Shizune left the office, Tsunade pulled out a bottle of sake and took a huge gulp. Things would be so much better once the current threats are dealt with and she can actually relax. She was looking out the window when a messenger toad came and delivered a letter to her from Naruto. He told her that he was training Koyuki and he needed her to send over some scrolls for her to learn from once he leaves. That pretty much told her where he was at and he also told her he was having a dress made for Taiya to wear for the festival. This was all unexpected, but she was dealing with Naruto here and she smiled. She quickly wrote a response to him and placed some ninjutsu scrolls, jinjutsu scrolls, taijutsu scrolls and even a copy of some of her medical ninjutsu scrolls and sealed them into a piece of paper she gave back to the messenger toad. She was glad she knew how to seal stuff away or that would have been more difficult. As the toad went away, Tsunade looked out the window and saw Taiya walking around. She knew Taiya would have a hard time figuring out what to do especially with Naruto leaving for over 2 years with Jiraiya and that's when she came up with the perfect solution to her problem. The only problem was she didn't know if Taiya would accept this proposal or not. Naruto was currently on set in the shadows watching Koyuki do her scenes for the day and he could tell she was frustrated. The person she was doing the scene with couldn't remember his lines and they were in the 20th take for this one part. It's been a few days since they last trained and Naruto was sure that Sad-Eye would be attacking today. He had a run-in with him once while he was walking around the village under a different disguise since he had to drop his henge to the cashier lady. He was disguised as a blue-haired little girl with green eyes. Flashback, Naruto was on his way to grab some food for Koyuki from her favorite restaurant and that's when he saw Sad-Eye walking around with a suspicious look on his face. He used his speed to get in front of him and when Sad-Eye was walking, Naruto came from around the corner and accidentally bumped into him knocking him down. Hey, watch it. Sad-Eye said. Sad-Eye had neck-length black hair that he wore in an asymmetrical bowl-cut style and he had green eyes. He wore the typical outfit for the land of snow which was a heavy coat, gloves and boots. Sorry, sir. Naruto said. Just watch where you're going next time, little girl. Sad-Eye said. Time for me to act like Taiya and see where this goes. Naruto thought. Hey, fuck you. You bumped into me, you son of a bitch. Naruto said and Sad-Eye was stunned that a little girl no older than 9 cursed at him. What did you say? Sad-Eye asked. You fucking heard me? You limp-dick ugly fuck. How about you watch where you're fucking going next time? I bet your nose touches the wall before your dick. Naruto said and Sad-Eye's jaw dropped. You should watch your mouth. You obviously don't know who I hey. Give that back. Sad-Eye said reaching for a piece of paper Naruto snatched. What are you making? Ooh, is this some kind of awesome device? Naruto asked and Sad-Eye snatched the paper. Yes. It's a project that I'm working on and it will make the land of snow a much better place. Sad-Eye said and walked away. So, his chakra armor has the same weakness at the core like the old version. However, his core is much more powerful and if fight him near the town, it would wipe out a huge part of the town. I'll have to fight him a few miles from here where it's nothing except wide open space. Naruto thought. Flashback end. Naruto told Koyuki and Jiraiya about his run-in with Sad-Eye and agreed that he should fight him away from everything. While Naruto would be fighting Sad-Eye, Jiraiya would guard Koyuki along with Sakusu. Naruto dropped his disguise while he was on set since he was in the shadows. He kept multiple shadow clones around the set to cover every single entrance to the set. As he was watching, Naruto heard the director yell cut once again and told everyone to take a 5-minute break while they went over lines for the actor she was with. Koyuki walked over to the table for some water and to talk to Naruto since she knows where he is hidden. Tough scene? Naruto asked from the shadows. No. The actor I'm with can't seem to remember his lines for some reason. He only needed 2 takes so far, but today it's like he doesn't even know he's in the movie. Koyuki said. That's odd. Naruto said and activated his Hishigan. Maybe I should ask to cancel shooting for today. Koyuki said. You don't have to. He's under a Jinjutsu right now. Most likely Sadai trying to make his move. Naruto said. Does that mean he's already in the building? Koyuki asked and Naruto's eyes went wide. Yeah. One of my shadow clones just popped. Go near Jiraiya and don't leave his side. Naruto said. Okay. Koyuki said and ran towards Jiraiya. Koyuki, what's wrong? Jiraiya asked. He's here. Koyuki said and Jiraiya grew serious. Where? Jiraiya asked. Well, hello there, Princess Koyuki. Sadai said as he came from the ceiling. Sadai, why are you doing this? Koyuki asked. You aren't fit to run the land of snow. You're too weak-minded and kind-hearted. In this world strength and power is the only thing that matters. Instead of being allies with the surrounding smaller countries, we should rule them. This chakra armor is the perfect way to do that, but you. Sadai was cut off when he was kicked out of the building by Naruto. I really didn't feel like hearing another evil speech. I hear enough from this movie. Naruto said and vanished. Naruto vs Sadai. Sadai landed on the ground and when he looked up he was in the middle of nowhere basically. He jumped back when Naruto landed in front of him and destroyed the ground with a Rasengan. Once the smoke cleared and Sadai saw Naruto, he grew angry and scared at the same time. What are you doing here? Sadai asked. Working. Naruto simply replied. This is none of your concern. Go back to the Leaf Village. Sadai said. That's where you're wrong. You see, other than the fact that Snow and the Leaf Village are allies, Koyuki happens to be a very good friend of mine and she secretly hired me to protect her from you. Naruto said. She knew? Sadai asked. Of course she knew, but she couldn't confirm it. I've been watching you the entire time I was here. The little girl at the market was me and I must say, you've certainly improved the chakra armor. Naruto said. Better materials and an even better core. I must thank Koyuki and her team of scientists since they provided me with the materials I needed. Sadai said. You were stealing supplies she's using for the generator. All that because she rejected your proposal to use chakra armor to conquer the surrounding territories. Naruto said. We have technology to rule this world, but she's too soft. Somebody new needs to take over and that somebody is me. Sadai said. Since you're going to die here I'll tell you a little something about the world you should know. There's a group that's around that even frightens the main 5 great villages. Something as simple as your technology wouldn't even come close to being enough to stop them if they succeed in their plans. Naruto said. With me in charge and mass-producing chakra armor, we will be invincible. Sadai said. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Sadai launched a huge fireball towards Naruto and he countered with a ripping torrent. Naruto tried to get close to Sadai, but he would launch jutsu after jutsu at Naruto, forcing him to keep his distance. Naruto decided to play along with this distance game and wait for the perfect opportunity to strike Sadai. Naruto used the Shuriken Shadow Clone and Kunai Shadow Clone jutsu on Sadai, but he was protected by the chakra armor since it created a shield around him. Water style. Try Water Dragon Jutsu. Naruto launched 3 water dragons at Sadai who just stood there with a smirk on his face and looked on as the chakra armor absorbed the chakra from Naruto's jutsu, causing water to fall to the ground. Before Naruto could make his next move, he had to jump out of the way from a huge beam that came shooting out of the chakra armor. Fire style. Dragon Flame Jutsu. Sadai fired off a Dragon Flame projectile at Naruto which came at fast speeds, and Naruto barely had time to use the Water Wall Jutsu to protect himself. Before the smoke cleared, Naruto was hit by a Fireball Jutsu that had less chakra than before, so it did little damage to him. He realized Sadai didn't have much chakra, so he must have stored the chakra into his armor and used it to supply his jutsu, and that energy beam must have used almost all of that chakra he had stored away. The smoke cleared and Naruto had a few burn marks on him that were healing thanks to the Nine Tails healing ability. Naruto removed his Chunin vest leaving him in his red shirt, but he put a confident smirk on his face and cracked his neck. Sadai didn't like the smirk Naruto had, so he shot a rather weak energy beam at Naruto and watched as it exploded on impact. The smoke cleared and Naruto was standing there with his hand up surrounded by his glacial dome jutsu. What? There's no way you should have been able to block that. Sadai said. You lost. I found the weakness in your chakra armor and your skills. You store chakra in the armor, then use it to increase the power of your ninjutsu attacks. That large beam you shot at me used up nearly all the chakra you had stored away. Your actual reserves are small, and your last 2 jutsu barely had any chakra in them. That last beam you shot was so slow that an academy student would have seen it coming. Naruto said. I can still win. Sadai said. No, you can't. Naruto said from behind him. Lunar Barrage. As soon as Sadai turned around, Naruto punched him in the gut and released a pulse of chakra from his fist to increase the power of the punch. Upon inflicting the punch, Naruto took advantage by following up with a fury of rapid untraceable punches. Each punch was so fast that Sad-Eye was unable to block, which left him open for another type of punch. This constant barrage of attacks weakened the chakra armor on Sad-Eye, and Naruto saw the core was also taking damage. Naruto ended the combo with a very powerful punch to Sad-Eye's stomach, inflicting a lot of damage and making him cough up a large amount of blood. Sad-Eye was sent crashing into a large ice-covered boulder and fell to the ground. And no. It's not over. If I'm going down, then I'm taking you with me. Sad-Eye said and ripped the cover off of the power core to his chakra armor. Ice style. Certain kill ice spears. Before Sad-Eye could make his move, Naruto used his jutsu and ice spears rose from the ground, then stabbed Sad-Eye through his body. Sad-Eye was dead instantly, and his body just hung on the ice spears as his blood was rushing from his body. Naruto walked over to him and removed the core from the chakra armor, since he figured Koyuki could use this for the generator. Naruto cancelled his jutsu, then sealed the body away before using his water manipulation to wash away the blood, just in case somebody came through the area. The land of snow had a good reputation ever since Koyuki took over, and Naruto didn't want anything to ruin it. Well, now that that's over with, I can go back to the studio and report to Pervy Sage and Koyuki. Naruto said and vanished. Studio. Naruto returned to the studio and saw 20 people unconscious on the ground. Naruto looked around and saw Jiraiya kick somebody towards him, and he knocked the person out with a Rasengan. Naruto saw Jiraiya looking at him with a raised eyebrow, and he walked over to him. How'd it go? Jiraiya asked. He's done. I see you were busy. Naruto said. Not really actually. Koyuki took out a few of them. I wonder where she learned to fight. Jiraiya said and looked at Naruto, who sheepishly smiled. Come on. You know I did the right thing. Naruto said. I'm just saying, a little heads up would have been nice. So, tell me. What did her breast look like covered in sweat? Jiraiya asked, as a pen and notepad appeared in his hand. She was completely covered, Pervy Sage. Anyway, where is she? Naruto asked. I'm here. Koyuki said and came out from her hiding spot. Why are you hiding? Naruto asked. The ones Jiraiya took out were too strong for me, and he told me to hide. Where's Sad-Eye? Koyuki asked. In here. Naruto said and pulled out a scroll. Can you unseal the body so I can confirm his death? Koyuki asked and Naruto was nervous. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if you want to see this. Naruto said, scratching his head. What did you do? Jiraiya asked. Well, I used my Ice Keke Genkai. Naruto said. I'm ordering you to unseal the body. Koyuki said. Fine. Naruto said and unsealed Sad-Eye's body. Oh my. Koyuki said and threw up in the nearest garbage can. Sheesh. What did you do? He's covered in holes. Jiraiya said. I used my certain kill ice spears jutsu. I kind of used too much chakra. Naruto said. I'll say. He's pierced everywhere except the middle of his chest. Jiraiya said. That's because the power core to his armor was there and I didn't want to risk it. Naruto said. Power core? What did it do? Koyuki asked. It powered the chakra armor, but this one was different. After the core absorbed enough chakra, it could fire off a beam at the opponent. I kept the core because I thought it could help with the generator. Oh, and he's been stealing supplies from the generator project as well. Naruto said. Can I have the core? I want my best scientists to look at it and see if it works. Koyuki said. Sure. I think he has more materials at his hideout where he built the chakra armor. I can go there and see what I can find for you. Naruto said. Thank you. Koyuki said and gave him a kiss on the cheek. You're welcome. Naruto said. I guess we can call it a wrap for today. The director was knocked out cold by these goons. Jiraiya said. What are you going to do with them, Koyuki? Naruto asked. They'll be sent to jail of course and will face their punishment for their actions. Koyuki said. Isn't attacking you a death penalty? Naruto asked. Yeah, but I want them to sweat it out. Koyuki said. That's how it is in the 5 great villages. Attacking the daimyo or anybody in power is the death penalty. Jiraiya said. Good. Now, Naruto, will you please escort me to my sleeping chambers? Koyuki said. Even with Sad-Eye dead I still have to guard you? Naruto asked. Yes. My assistant hasn't arrived yet, so you are my guard until she arrives. Koyuki said. Fine. Naruto said. Lord Jiraiya, can you help the guards escort these men to jail? Koyuki asked. Of course. Maybe for helping you I can peep just a little bit. Jiraiya asked. Sure, that is if you're okay with the punishment. Koyuki said. What's the punishment? Jiraiya asked. When you're caught peeping, you stand in front of the women you were spying on and they take turns kicking you in the groin while you're tied at your hands and ankles for 5 hours. Koyuki said and Jiraiya paled. Never mind. Jiraiya said. Thought so. Koyuki said. Ready to go? Naruto said. Yup. Koyuki said and Naruto grabbed her then vanished. Sleeping chambers. After the events of the day, Naruto and Koyuki decided to use the hot springs in her private sleeping chambers. Koyuki didn't mind Naruto joining her since she knew he wouldn't try anything on her and he sat on the opposite side facing her. You know, had you not told me about the Taiya girl I would be all over you right now. Koyuki said and laughed when Naruto rolled his eyes. At least with you I wouldn't mind. The fangirls on the other hand. Naruto said and shivered. Why wouldn't you mind if it were me? Koyuki said. Because I know you wouldn't want me just because I'm famous. I know you're attracted to me sexually, but when I used my sensing ability on you, it wasn't lust that I felt from you, it was love. Naruto said. Why didn't you ever say anything? Koyuki asked and slid next to Naruto. Because I knew it would never work between us. You being the leader of Snow and me being a ninja all the way in Konoha, you'd be in more danger since my enemies would come after you. That and let's face it, we barely knew each other. Oh, and I kind of had this thing where my girlfriend must have red hair for some reason. Naruto said. So, if you weren't a ninja in Konoha, lived here and I had red hair, would you date me? Koyuki asked. Of course I would. You're nice, smart, beautiful and you'd probably be the exception to the red hair thing. Naruto said. You do realize I'm older than you, right? Koyuki asked. You're only like 3 or 4 years older than me depending on how you look at it. Naruto said. What? I'm 24. Koyuki said. No, you're not. You told me after I saved you and you were drunk from the party how old you really were. I know you lied to get in the movies and you were lucky they didn't have sex scenes in them. Naruto said. I don't remember telling you that. Koyuki said. You were drunker than Granny Tsunade after she had 2 days off from the office. Naruto said. That's our little secret. Koyuki said. Of course. Naruto said and his eyes went wide. What? Why do you look like that? Koyuki asked. I'm a fucking idiot. Naruto said. Huh? Why would you say that? Koyuki asked. Hey, I can sense feelings as well and I never used it on her to see how she felt. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Naruto said. Well, that does make you an idiot. So, I'm guessing you know you like her? Koyuki asked. Yeah. I think I do. I didn't actually realize it until I left the dress shop. Naruto said. So, are you going to make her your girlfriend when you return to Konoha? Koyuki asked. I don't know. It's complicated. Naruto said. How so? Koyuki asked. When I get back to the village, I'll only be there for a day and then I'm leaving again with Pervy Sage. Naruto said. Where are you going? Koyuki asked. I can't tell you. Naruto said. Then you better tell Taiya this. Koyuki said. I want to, but I can't. It's only supposed to be known by me, Granny Tsunade, Pervy Sage and 2 of the village elders where I'm going. I thought about telling her, but I decided against it. Naruto said. Maybe she'll wait for you to return. Koyuki said. Maybe. Naruto said. Who knows? Maybe she'll even let me join you as a second girlfriend. Koyuki said. Nah. I'm a one girlfriend kind of guy. That and she doesn't seem like the sharing type. Naruto said. I thought the 5 main villages had the CRA. Koyuki said. I don't know about the other villages, but Konoha has it and I rejected it. That's something the 3rd Hokage came up with for some stupid reason. Naruto said. Would you reject it? Koyuki asked. Because it's dumb. That and there's a chance only one of them actually loves you and the others just want a piece of your fortune. Naruto said and then the messenger toad showed up. Who's this? Koyuki asked. A messenger toad. I sent a letter to Granny Tsunade already about your training. Naruto said and took the scroll from the toad before it left. What does it say? Koyuki asked. It says she sent over some scrolls for you to learn from. Ninjutsu, Taijutsu, Jinjutsu and medical ninjutsu with instructions. Naruto said. I thought you already taught me Taijutsu. Koyuki said. I did, but it's the basic academy Taijutsu. I told her to pick out a style that she thinks would fit you. Naruto said. What style did she send over? Koyuki asked. It's called Aikido. It focuses on redirecting your opponent's force and using it against them. It's good for you since you don't have to be stronger than your attacker since you're using their momentum. It's a variety of joint locking and throwing techniques. Naruto said. Nice. Did she send me more water ninjutsu? Koyuki asked. No. She sent you some lighting ninjutsu. It's your secondary chakra nature, but it's weaker than your water chakra nature. Luckily she sent over instructions on how to control your lightning chakra nature. I'll have your shadow clones work on the lightning chakra for safety purposes. Naruto said. So, I have an offensive and defensive chakra nature? Koyuki asked. Exactly. You can even combine them for a powerful attack. Now, Jinjutsu is what we'll be working on your next few lessons. We'll start with detecting and breaking Jinjutsu before I have you cast Jinjutsu. Medical ninjutsu I can't really help you with since my chakra is too dense for it, so I never bothered to learn it, but I'm guessing that's why she included the instructions. Naruto said. When do we train? Koyuki asked. Well, today you can rest. We'll start again tomorrow. Naruto said. Okay. Are you ready to get out of here? We've been in here for a while. Koyuki said. Sure. Naruto said and got out of the hot springs. Oh my. Koyuki said and a splash followed making Naruto turn around. Koyuki? Naruto asked and she was passed out with blood coming from her nose. Naruto's so big. Koyuki mumbled. I probably should have grabbed the towel first. Naruto said, and after he was covered he grabbed Koyuki, then vanished. 3 weeks later, it was time for Naruto and Jiraiya to return to Konoha, and Koyuki wasn't happy. She was going to miss Naruto since he was basically her only friend at the moment. She was thankful for the training he gave her, and she was able to defend herself from a mid-Chunin opponent, but her overall skill would make her about high Chunin, since she didn't have much experience. She told Naruto she'd gain experience by fighting any would-be mercenaries that like to attack Snow Country. Her Jinjutsu and medical ninjutsu skills were pretty damn good since she had excellent chakra control. Her Taijutsu came along great and her water and lightning chakra natures were nearly mastered. She needed to work on her lightning chakra nature a bit more. Naruto was able to pick up the dress from Chiem, but she told him not to look at it until Taiya puts it on. Jiraiya was mainly at his movie since this was the only time he'd be able to see the production, since the movie would be done by the time Naruto's training trip was over. Naruto and Koyuki spent a lot of free time together cashing some people to think they were dating, but they told them they weren't. Naruto also raided Sadai's hideout and took all of the supplies he had, then gave them to the scientists for development of the generator. Right now they were waiting for the airship to be ready. Well, it was fun spending time with you, Naruto, and you as well, Lord Jiraiya. Koyuki said. Same here. Remember to keep up with your training. Naruto said and gave Koyuki a hug. I will. Sakusu said she'd help me out. Koyuki said. The director said the movie should be done in a year, so you'll be pretty busy. Jiraiya said. It's okay. Naruto helped me with my stamina during our training sessions. Koyuki said. Oh, did he now? Tell me, what exactly happened? Jiraiya asked and Koyuki smirked. We had sex multiple times. Koyuki said and Jiraiya passed out. Too easy. Koyuki said. Why would you tell him that? Naruto asked. Is it not the truth? Koyuki asked. No. Naruto said. So we never slept together? Koyuki asked. That was a one-time thing and you know it. Naruto said. I told you that you were the exception and I'm glad it happened. Plus, if you want to be technical, we did it about 4 times that one night. Koyuki said. I guess you're right. The time you're thinking of though, was a Jinjutsu that made you see your deepest desire. Naruto said. Oh. Well, it felt real. Koyuki said and shrugged. I'll tell him it was a Jinjutsu. Naruto said. Think he'll believe you? Koyuki asked. Yeah. He knows about my situation with Taiya. Naruto said. If it doesn't work out between the two of you, my legs and country are always open for you. Koyuki said and Naruto sighed, making her giggle. Why must you do that? Naruto asked. Your reactions are funny. Seriously, if you ever want a change of scenery, you're welcome to move here. Taiya can come as well. Koyuki said and gave him a hug. We'll see what happens. If you're ever in the land of fire, come to Konoha and we'll hang out. Naruto said. Of course. Koyuki said and kissed him on the cheek. Come on, pervy sage. Naruto said and dragged him into the airship. Don't forget to have Akira get on the airship. Koyuki yelled. I won't. Naruto yelled back and the airship took off. Konoha, where is everyone? Naruto asked. It's like a ghost town here. Jiraiya said. Naruto? Is that you? Kitetsu asked. Yeah. Naruto said. Oh, thank the heavens. Izumo said. You've got to save us. Kitetsu said. Why? Naruto asked. It's Taiya. She's been on a rampage for the past month and a half. Izumo said. Why didn't you just tell Tsunade? Jiraiya asked and they heard a crash in the distance. We did. She said if a village full of ninja can't stop a 13-year-old girl, then we suck. Kitetsu said. Did the Anbu try? Jiraiya asked. Yes, but she got her hands on Naruto's pranking kit. Kitetsu said and Jiraiya paled since he knew how dangerous that stuff was. You've got to stop her. The merchants for the festival aren't able to set up yet. Izumo said. I don't know what's in it for me. Naruto asked. We'll buy you a year's supply of ramen. Kitetsu said. Okay. Naruto said and walked away. Our savior has returned. Izumo and Kitetsu said in unison. Unbelievable. They're acting like Tsunade is on a rampage. This is nothing compared to what I've seen. Jiraiya thought. Tsunade's office. Hey, Granny Tsunade. Naruto said as he entered the room. He's never going to stop calling her that. Shizune thought. Naruto, how was your mission? Tsunade asked and gave him a hug. It was nice. Everything went smoothly and her attacker didn't even capture her this time. Naruto said. That's good. So, how strong were you able to get her? Tsunade asked. Mid-Chunin. Her lack of fighting experience makes her only able to handle a low Chunin opponent though. Naruto said. That's good. Now, care to tell me why Sakusu and Akira have moved out of the village? Tsunade asked. How do you know them? Naruto asked. They come to me and Lady Tsunade for a monthly checkup. Shizune said. Right. Anyway, Sakusu is Koyuki's stunt double for the sex scenes in Pervy Sage's movie since it's actual sex, and she only wants her husband to have sex with her and see her naked. Akira is going to become Koyuki's new assistant. Naruto said. I see. Tsunade said, and a loud crash was heard in the hallway followed by yelling. The Anbu finally caught her. Shizune said. How long has it been? Tsunade asked. 2 weeks. Shizune said. Did I win the bet? Tsunade asked. I'm afraid not. You said she'd last 3 weeks before the Anbu caught her. Shizune said. Damn it. Tsunade said, and there was a knock on the door. Enter. Tsunade said, and the door opened, so Naruto jumped up to the ceiling. Get your fucking hands off of me. I'll cut your fucking nuts off and shove them up your asses. Do you hear me? I'll fucking gut you like a fish. Taiya yelled, kicking and screaming at the Anbu holding her. We've got her, Lady Tsunade. Bor said, and he looked like he went through war. Good. You and your squad are dismissed. Tsunade said, and they vanished. Taiya, calm down. Shizune said. No. The nut-licking mutt and shy stalker keep pissing me off. Add in that these stupid ninja keep mumbling shit and I'm mad. Taiya said. What do you think Naruto would do if he saw you like this? Do you think he'd be happy you're pranking the village? Shizune asked. No. He'd be mad that I'm pranking the village without him. Taiya said and smirked at Shizune. She got you there, Shizune. Anyway, Taiya. I can't have you destroying the village because people pissed you off. Tsunade said. I wouldn't have to do this if Naruto was in the village. When he's around, nobody messes with me. Taiya said, and her entire demeanor changed from angry to sad. What's the matter? Tsunade asked. This stays between us. Taiya said. Okay. Tsunade said. I'll head over to the hospital for my patients today. Give you two some alone time. Shizune said and left, but not before looking at Naruto, who signaled for her to be quiet. So, what's going on? Tsunade asked. I miss him. Taiya said. Naruto? Tsunade asked, and Taiya sighed. Yes. I don't know what it is, but it's like I hate being away from him. I know he has missions to go on, but being away from him for this long is killing me inside. He's the only thing that keeps me calm and makes me feel wanted. I mean, he's the whole reason I'm alive right now. I really didn't want to catch feelings for him because I'm tough and I've always been alone, but he just broke down my barriers. I don't have to be this tough chick all the time when I'm around him. He brought back the side of me that I thought was buried away forever. Taiya said. She's going to be a wreck when he leaves in 2 days. Tsunade thought and glanced at Naruto. Maybe I should run away. That might help me. Taiya said. Running away doesn't help. I ran away as well and felt even worse when I was away from the one I loved. Tsunade said. I thought your lover died. Taiya said. No. My boyfriend died. The one I've always loved was Jiraiya, and running away from everything just made me love him even more since I missed him so much. Tsunade said. The pervert. Why him? Taiya asked. The heart wants what the heart wants. Despite his particular hobby, Jiraiya is a good man with a big heart and was always there for me. He confessed his feelings for me multiple times, and each time I would reject him harshly, but he always came back. Even when we would argue and I'd tell him that I hate him, he'd still come save me if I was in danger on a mission. No matter what happened between us, he's always had my back. Tsunade said. She had a small smile on her face, not knowing Jiraiya was outside the window or that Naruto was next to him now. They were both listening to their conversation intently and kept their presence undetectable. Would you run away from him then? Taiya asked. I just felt like I was being forced to be with him. My little brother died and he was comforting me. That's the first time we slept together, and then it happened again when my boyfriend Dan died. Jiraiya was once again there for me, and then we had a couple of flings here and there until he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I rejected him pretty bad. Tsunade said. Would you do that? If you kept sleeping with him, it was obvious you like him. Taiya said. I was young, stupid and blinded by the loss of my brother, as well as the man I thought I loved. Tsunade said. What did you say to him? Taiya asked. A lot. I told him that he can never get laid if it wasn't from me because he catches feelings too quickly. I told him that he's nothing but a miserable man who would have to pay for sex his entire life. I said that he'd never be good for any woman no matter what he does, and that he should give up on trying to find love since it would never happen. I told him he was dead to me since he only came around when he wanted to have sex, and it was like he knew the days I'd said yes or no. I'll never forget the look on his face that day. It looked as if somebody ripped his heart out and destroyed it in front of his face. After that I haven't seen or heard from him in 2 decades. Tsunade said. Did he ever come back around? Taiya asked. Yeah. Him and Naruto found me in Tanzaku town while Orochimaru was trying to get me on his side. I didn't know how to react when I saw him. I wanted to tell him how sorry I was right then and there, but he didn't give me the chance and we had to talk about what happened with Orochimaru. Tsunade said. Does he still love you after being away from you for so long? Taiya asked. I don't know. We never really talked about it. I've only seen him twice since I became Hokage, and that was my coronation day and the day your curse mark was removed. Other than that, he's been off the grid with his spy network, and I only found out about this mission he had with Naruto through a messenger toad. Tsunade said. My situation seems identical to yours. Taiya said. In a way that's true, but it's not. I hid my feelings from Jiraiya on purpose while he was open about his towards me. You know your feelings towards Naruto, but you aren't purposely trying to hide them from him. Tsunade said. I'm not hiding them. My actions speak for me. I mean always cuddling up to him on the couch, constantly watching him train and staring into his beautiful blue eyes. It's like he doesn't get the hints I'm giving him. Maybe I should just tell him and get it over with. Taiya said. He knows how you feel. Tsunade said. If he knows then why hasn't he said anything? Taiya asked. Because I told him before he left. You need to remember that feelings of actual love towards somebody like a girlfriend are new to him. He was confused before he left and I don't know if he thought much about his feelings towards you while he was gone. Tsunade said. Then what do I do? I don't want to lose him to the Hyuga chick. Isn't there something I can do? Taiya asked. Just give him some time. I know for a fact that he likes you, but he needs to do things in his own way. Tsunade said and Taiya sighed. Was Jiraiya with somebody before you? Taiya asked. Yeah, but I couldn't get mad at him. We weren't together. Why? You think Naruto did something with somebody else? Tsunade asked. Sort of. I mean it's like every time we go on a mission, if it's a girl involved they always pull him away for a few hours before he comes back. Then it's the picture of Princess Koyuki kissing him on the cheek. Taiya said. Trust me. Naruto hasn't done anything with anybody. I would know since I'm his doctor now. Tsunade said. What about the Hyuga chick? Taiya asked. Personally, I don't think you need to worry about her. Tsunade said. Why? Taiya asked. Well, Naruto barely knows she exists. I guarantee if you ask him about her that he would have to think about who she is. Tsunade said. I guess. What about the sand bit? Girl? Taiya asked. Trust me. Temari and Naruto are just friends. Even when she was in the village a few months ago they only hung out as friends. Besides, I think she has a thing for Shikamaru anyway. Tsunade said. Is it true that she's his only friend? Taiya asked. Not just her. He's friends with her brothers Gaara and Kankuro. Mainly Temari and Gaara though. Tsunade said. What about me? Taiya asked. Naruto holds you to a status more than a friend. A few months ago he nearly fought Danzo when he said you should be used as a breeding stock for stronger shinobi. It took 2 squads of Anbu to hold him back. Tsunade said. He did that for me? Taiya asked. Yeah. It was quite the scene. That's how I knew that he liked you more than a friend deep down. Tsunade said. I guess I'll wait for him to come back. Do you think he's gonna be happy to see me? Taiya asked shyly. I know he'll be happy. The two of you were practically inseparable when he was here. Tsunade said. I guess you're right. I thought you were gonna be one of those leaders who have a stick shoved up your ass, but I was wrong. You're pretty cool. Taiya said. That's good. Now, I still have to punish you for your little stunt. Tsunade said. Yeah. I know. How many D-rank missions do I have to do? Taiya asked. Just one. Tsunade said. Okay. Am I capturing Tora or walking the Inyazuka dogs? Taiya asked. Neither. This mission is for tomorrow night. Tsunade said. But that's the festival. Nobody will need my help with anything. Taiya said. I know. Tsunade said. Fine. What will my punishment be? Taiya asked. Your punishment is to have a good time tomorrow at the festival and not get in trouble. Tsunade said. That's it? Taiya asked. Yup. I want a report on how your night went once the festival ends. Tsunade said. Okay. Thanks big. Lady Tsunade. Taiya said and left. Okay. It's up to you now, Naruto. Tsunade said and looked up, but he wasn't there. Huh? I wonder where he went. Tsunade thought. Naruto was walking around the Leaf Village and was thinking about the conversation he and Jiraiya overheard. He knew he had feelings for Taiya after going back to the land of snow and talking to both Koyuki and Chiem. He sighed and figured he should get Taiya a gift other than the dress. He walked to the jewelry store and walked in signaling the bell. Hello there, young man. How may I help you? The lady at the desk said. I'm looking for a gift for my friend. Naruto said. Of course. Is this a girl you'd like to be your girlfriend? The lady asked. Yes, but it needs to be a gift for tomorrow and her birthday in February. I won't be here and I know she'll be mad if I don't at least get her a gift. Naruto said. I see. Well, I have a necklace here that you can get for her. It's a heart-shaped amethyst set with 3 diamond accents beautifully framed by round tanzanites. It's crafted with 10K white gold and the pendant is further enhanced by a trio of tanzanites. The rope chain it comes with is 18 inches and fastens with a spring ring clasp. The lady said. I'll take it, but can I replace the 18-inch rope chain with a 20-inch rope chain? Naruto asked. Certainly. Would you like anything else? She asked. No. I think this is everything. Naruto said. Of course. The lady said. How much? Naruto asked. 3,000 yen. The lady said and Naruto paid without hesitation. I hope she likes it. Naruto said. She will. Oh, and Naruto. The lady said. Yeah? Naruto asked. Happy birthday. She said and smiled at him. Thank you. Naruto said and left the store. October 10th, Nine Tails Festival. Aya was sitting in the apartment looking at all the people outside having fun and she just sighed. If Tsunade wouldn't have ordered her to go to this festival, then she never would have gone. She knew today was Naruto's birthday and what happened to him every year. Speaking of Naruto, she couldn't find him at all yesterday and he didn't come home. She asked Tsunade where he was and she didn't even know where he was. She was brought out of her thoughts by the front door opening and closing. She slowly got up and pulled out a kunai before leaving her room. As soon as she was in the living room she froze when she saw the person she missed the most smiling at her. Hey there, Taya. Naruto said and she ran at him, then gave him a hug. Where you fuckface? I was looking for you. Why didn't you bring your ass home yesterday? Taya asked. I had to make a stop and then I was with Pervy Sage the rest of the night. Naruto said. What were you two doing? Taya asked. Just talking. Nothing unusual. What are you up to? Naruto asked. I've been ordered to enjoy myself at the festival. Taya said. I see. Here, take this and put this on. Naruto said and tossed her a scroll. Why? Taya asked. Well, you're going to be my date to the festival. Naruto said. What? Taya asked and blushed. We're going to the festival together. Come on, we don't have much time before it ends. Naruto said. Okay. Taya said and quickly ran off. Finally. He's taking some initiative. Maybe I can get him to completely fall for me. Taya thought and a huge blush spread across her face. 30 minutes later, Taya was finally ready to head out and she had to admit that the dress she got from Naruto was nice. It a black A-line style kimono dress that stopped mid-thigh. It had a V-neckline that came with a wide panel trimming that crossed over to one side and was complemented with a wide obi belt. It also had oversized sleeves and the short skirt was a tailored hemline. She had on some black suede single band, ankle strap block heel sandals for her footwear that Shizune bought for her. She had her hair tied up in a high ponytail with strands at the sides of her face. Alright. You can do this. It's just one date. Taya thought. She took a deep breath and then exited her room slowly since she started to get nervous. Naruto heard her heels on the floor and when he looked up his jaw touched the ground at how beautiful she looked. Taya saw him and he didn't get all dressed up but she wasn't expecting him to. She noticed him staring at her and she couldn't help the blush that came across her face. What the fuck are you staring at? She asked. You look absolutely beautiful. Naruto said and walked up to her. Thank you. Taya said. Are you ready? Naruto asked. She nodded. Yeah. Taya said. Festival. Wow. It's so beautiful. Taya said and her eyes sparkled. It certainly is bright. Naruto said. Come on. Taya said and dragged him to a goldfish scooping game. Hello there. How can I help you? The booth runner said. Me and my date would like to play this game. Taya said. That'll be 500 yen. The booth runner said. Pay the man. Taya said, and when Naruto went to pay, the man glared at him. Sorry. I meant 5,000 yen. The man said and Naruto smirked. 5,000 yen? Here's 500 and the other 4,500 will be the amount of times my date shoves a rusty kunai up your ass if you keep it up. Naruto said. He did, I say 5,000 yen? I meant that's how many goldfish are in the tank. The man said. Now that's more like it. Taya said. Taya grabbed her ipoi and began playing the game with Naruto following shortly after. As the game progressed, it became a friendly competition between the two and the loser had to do anything the winner said. If there's one thing Taya should have learned during her time in Konoha it should have been to never bet against Naruto Uzumaki. It was an unwritten rule in Konoha that even the people that hated him never went against. Taya wanted to see who could scoop up the most fish and she lost horribly. She managed to scoop up 78 fish until the paper on her poi broke and Naruto managed to scoop up 192 fish. Even though she lost, Taya was smiling the entire time. Naruto couldn't take his eyes off of her smile and his heart would skip a beat whenever she looked at him. Once they were done they returned the fish since they knew the fish would just die. So, where to next? Naruto asked and Taya looked around. That one? Taya said and dragged Naruto to the ring toss booth. How many tries do you each want? The lady asked. 10 tries each. Naruto said. Okay. That'll be 1,000 yen. She said and Taya pulled out some money but Naruto stopped her. I asked you out, remember? I'm paying for everything. Naruto said and Taya smiled and kissed him on the cheek. Such a lovely young couple. The lady said as Naruto paid her. We're not a couple. Taya said. Sweetie, I've been around for a while. You two are a couple even if you don't know it. The lady said and handed them 20 rings. These aren't weighed properly. Taya said. Exactly. This is a ninja village and if I used standard rings then I'd go out of business. This way nobody has an advantage. The lady said. Makes sense. Naruto said. They began the game with Naruto trying to get the all-you-can-eat for a day ticket from Ichiraku Ramen and Taya trying to win the shiny flute. The lady was right when she said nobody would have an advantage. Every time they threw a ring at the prize they wanted, it was so unbalanced that it would go off course or simply fall before hitting the target. Naruto would go on to spend 10,000 yen on this game, and only Taiya won her flute. They walked away from the game, and Taiya said she needed to use the bathroom, but she went back to the game and won Naruto the ramen ticket. She would give it to him later. "What's next?" Naruto asked. "We've been walking around for a while now. Can we grab some food and sit on the Hokage monument?" Taiya asked. "Sure." Naruto said and grabbed her hand. As they were walking through the crowd, Naruto sensed 3 people following them and knew who 2 of them were. It was Ino and Sakura, but the third one was farther back and he didn't recognize the chakra. They went to multiple food stands and grabbed as much food as they possibly could. One thing they both had in common was that they could eat a lot of food. They grabbed ikeaki, grilled squid, yakitori, seasoned chicken on a wooden skewer, karaage, Japanese-style fried chicken, corn on a cob, taiyaki, fish-shaped pastry, chocolate-covered bananas, and of course, they went to the Ichiraku ramen stand for their usual order of 10 bowls of ramen each. As they were walking, Taiya started to complain about her feet hurting, so Naruto sealed away their food and carried her bridal style. She wrapped her arms around his neck and laid her head on his chest. As they were walking, Naruto felt his followers' chakra signature get closer and closer to them, which meant that they were running towards him. Taiya wasn't really paying attention since she was busy listening to Naruto's heartbeat. "Naruto!" Sakura and Ino yelled. "Great. It's the annoying pink banshee and the prissy blonde slut." Taiya mumbled and Naruto snickered. "What?" Naruto asked. "What are you doing?" Ino asked. "Trying to enjoy my night." Naruto said. "Why are you with her?" "She's the reason Sasuke left the village." Sakura said. "I'm with her because she's my date and for the millionth time, Sasuke left the village on his own." Naruto said. "She's your date. What about me?" Sakura asked. "What about you?" "I don't like you and I never really did." Naruto said. "Wait. I've never seen a dress like that before. Where's it from?" Ino asked. "None of your business. Can you 2 sluts leave us alone? We're on a date." Taiya said and blushed. "No." Sakura yelled. "Will you just leave us alone?" Naruto asked. "No. This outsider doesn't belong here." Sakura said and Taiya just placed them under a genjutsu. "There. Now, let's go." Taiya said and Naruto vanished. "Hokage monument. I can't believe I've never been up here before. The village looks so beautiful." Taiya said and put her head on Naruto's shoulder. "I know. It's a good spot to hang out at if you ever need to clear your mind." Naruto said. "I'm guessing this is where you spent most of your days before becoming a ninja." Taiya said. "Yeah. Sitting on top of the 4th Hokage's head always brought me peace for some reason." Naruto said and Taiya decided to switch topics. "Tsunade told me you know about my feelings towards you." Taiya said. "I do, but I didn't find out until right before I left for that mission with Pervy Sage." Naruto said. "How do you feel about me?" Taiya asked. "I feel the same. I was thinking about it a lot during my mission, and whenever I would describe you to somebody, I would feel my heartbeat faster and a smile would come onto my face." Naruto said. "Tsunade told me about what you did for me against Danzo." Taiya said. "I know. Me and Pervy Sage were listening to the conversation outside the window." Naruto said. "Would you go so far for me against someone like him?" Taiya asked. "Because you meant a lot to me. You were my only friend in the village and I didn't want to lose you." Naruto said and she smiled. "So, what are we gonna do now?" Taiya asked. "I don't know. It's complicated on my end." Naruto said. "You like someone else, don't you?" Taiya asked. "No. I'm leaving tomorrow with Pervy Sage." Naruto said. "Oh. So, you have another S-rank mission. That's not bad. That's about a month or 2. I can live with it I guess." Taiya said. "It's not really a mission. I'll be gone for a while." Naruto said. "How long is a while?" Taiya asked and Naruto sighed. "I'll be gone for nearly 3 years." Naruto said. "What? Why?" Taiya yelled. "I'm going on a training trip to prepare for the Akatsuki." Pervy Sage found out that they'll start their actual plans in 2.5 years, but hopefully with my trip being delayed until now they can delay their plans as well. Naruto said. "I want to come with you." Taiya said. "No. I can't have any distractions on this trip. No offense, but you'll distract me from training as hard as I need to. You're a good distraction, but I just need this to be me and Pervy Sage." Naruto said and Taiya sighed. "What about us?" Taiya asked. "I don't know where we go from here. I don't want to start a relationship and then leave for nearly 3 years. I'll feel like I'm abandoning you." Naruto said and Taiya pulled him in for a kiss that lasted for about 30 seconds. "You won't be abandoning me. I'll be the first person you see when you return. I just want to be with you. You saved my life and made me a better person. I love you and I don't want anyone else to be able to call me their girlfriend. You changed me and brought back the sweet loving side of me I locked away. When I'm around you I don't have to be the tough bitch all that broke down all of my barriers without even trying, and people have been trying to break me for years." That's why Orochimaru made me one of his most trusted shinobi. He couldn't even break my barriers down. You managed to do what they couldn't in mere weeks, but never picked up on the fact that I fell in love with you. Aya said and started to cry. I don't see how I could reject you after that. I'm not really good at this since it's all kind of new to me, but I love you too. At first it was the red hair that attracted me to you, and then it became much more. It was your laugh, your joking around, the playful fighting and even the cooking lessons I gave you. Even when I would look into your brown eyes I'd find myself getting lost in them. If anybody would have told me that I'd fall in love with somebody who used to be our enemy, I'd tell them that there's no way that would happen. Then I met you. Naruto said and wiped away her tears. So, this means what exactly? Taya asked. Would you be my girlfriend, Taya? Naruto asked and she nodded. Yes. Now, come and kiss me you adorable blonde fucker. Taya said, and when Naruto pulled her in for a kiss, the festival's fireworks started to go off. There's one more thing. Naruto said as they broke the kiss. What's that? Taya asked and Naruto pulled out the necklace he bought. I bought this for you yesterday. I know your birthday is coming up in February and I won't be there, but I got this for an early birthday gift for you. Naruto said. It's fucking beautiful. Taya said and Naruto put in on her. Not as beautiful as you. Naruto said and gave her a kiss. I also have a gift for you. Taya said and pulled out the ramen ticket. No way. Naruto yelled and Taya laughed at him. Happy birthday, Naruto. Taya said and gave him a kiss. Best birthday ever. Naruto said. You know, I thought I'd have to compete for you. I thought you had something going on with Hinata and Temari. Taya said. Nah. Me and Temari are really good friends. I'd say she's more like a sister actually. As for Hinata, I barely know her and I forget that she even exists. Naruto said. What about Koyuki? She kissed you. Taya said. I know. She likes me, but she understood that you had my heart even if I didn't realize it. Naruto said. Do you like her? Taya asked. I won't lie to you. I did tell her that if I never met you, then she'd be the one I'd most likely be with. She's a nice girl and even though she doesn't have the red hair how I always imagined my girlfriend having, she'd be the exception. Naruto said. Did you sleep with her? Taya asked and Naruto sighed. Yeah. Naruto said. Why? Taya asked. Well, it was after the first mission I had with her. I protected her from her uncle and a Chunin that was on the mission with me. He put her under Jinjutsu and was going to have her have sex with him. After that, me and Koyuki went to have a few drinks and we slept together after that. Naruto said. You mean to tell me that Princess Koyuki is the first person you had sex with and you never even bragged about it? Taya asked. I guess. I don't see the point in doing that. You're not mad at me now, are you? Naruto asked. No. I can't be mad at you for something you did before we even got together. At that time you didn't even know I liked you, so it would be stupid of me to be angry with you. Just promise me that I'll be the only person you'll be with from now on. Taya said. I promise. Naruto said and gave her a kiss. There's just one more thing. Big Tit said you didn't sleep with anybody and that she would know since she's your doctor. Taya said. Listen, she's like my mother, so it's clear that I wouldn't tell her something like that despite her being my doctor. That would just open up a book of awkward questions from her. Naruto said and Taya nodded. I guess you're right. Taya said. What about you? Naruto asked. No. I've only had eyes for you since I came to this village. Yeah, a few Chunin have tried to get me in bed for a quick fuck, but I rejected them and when they didn't take too kindly to that, I'd kick them in the nuts. Taya said and Naruto laughed. Did you add chakra to the kick? Naruto asked. Damn it. I should have done that. Anyway, let's go home. Since you're leaving tomorrow, I think it's only fair that I cuddle with you tonight. Taya said. Sure. Naruto said. Make sure you activate the barrier in our apartment. I don't want any sound interrupting my quiet time. Taya said and Naruto picked her up and vanished. Next day, do you have everything? Tsunade asked. Yes. For the 1000th time. Naruto said. Maybe you should double check. Tsunade said and Naruto sighed. I have everything I need. Naruto said. Okay. Okay. Tsunade said and looked at Jiraiya who was looking at the sky. Hey, fuckface. Taya said, as Naruto walked up to her and he could tell she was sad. Don't be sad. Time will fly by and I'll be back before you even realize I was gone. Naruto said and gave her a hug. Don't you fucking forget about me. Taya said. I won't. I'll try to send you messages, but I make no promises. Naruto said. It's okay. I know you'll be getting strong to protect yourself. Taya said. Not just myself. I have to protect you as well. You're my girlfriend after all. Naruto said and she smiled. But I am, but don't think you'll be the only one getting stronger. Taya said. I know you'll train hard. Listen, can you at least try to add some taijutsu and ninjutsu to your repertoire? Naruto asked. I'll see what I can do. Taya said. I better get going. I don't want Pervy Sage to blow a gasket. Naruto said and Taya hugged him tighter. I'm going to miss you. Taya said. I'll miss you too. Naruto said and gave her a kiss. When you're gone, read some of those books. They'll come in handy for when you come back. Taya said and Naruto smirked. What makes you think I need to read them? Naruto asked. Did you? Taya asked. Nope. I had the talk with Anko and she taught me plenty of stuff. Plus, I did sleep with Koyuki. Naruto said and smacked her on her butt. That is true. You win this round. I'm going to make you put that one-time experience to use when you get back. Taya said. I never took you for the submissive type, Taya. Naruto said and she blushed. Fuck you. Taya said and gave him a big kiss. Alright lovebirds. That's enough. Naruto, we need to get a move on. Jiraiya said. Here I come. Naruto said. I love you. Taya said. I love you too. Naruto replied and gave her one last kiss. Take care of him while you're gone. Tsunade said and gave Jiraiya a hug. Don't worry. He's in good hands. Jiraiya said. I know. Maybe when you get back we can go out for some drinks. Tsunade said. I'll hold you to it. Jiraiya said and they broke the hug. Come on pervy sage. Naruto said and vanished. Stop calling me that. Jiraiya yelled and chased after him. Those two will never change. Tsunade said and then narrowed her eyes as her shirt felt different. What's wrong? Taya asked. My bra is missing. Jiraiya, I'm going to kick your ass. Tsunade yelled and she knew he heard her. 106 centimeters. Jiraiya yelled back and Tsunade blushed while Taya started to laugh. Listen, Taya. Over these next 2.5 years, you'll be going through hard training. I'm offering to personally teach you. Do you accept it? Tsunade asked. Actually, I was going to ask if I can join that little medical ninjutsu program you have. It seems interesting. Taya said. Of course. Now, I'll teach you as much as I can, but I already know you're not going to be a medical ninja. I'll still train you, but you won't be my actual apprentice, since the slugs will only accept those who will become healers, since that is what they are mainly used for. Tsunade said. That's okay. When do we start? Taya asked. Tomorrow. Meet me in my office at 5 a.m. Tsunade said and walked away. Taya stood at the gate for a few more minutes before walking away and pulling out the necklace Naruto gave her. She would get stronger just like him and work harder than she ever has before. She saw Hinata standing behind a pole and then smirked when Hinata tried to glare at her. She kept walking and when she got home, she grabbed one of his jackets and put it on since it was warm and had his scent on it. She let out a sigh and then looked at the picture of them Tsunade made them take. It was going to be a long 2 years for her. 2.5 years passed and Naruto was finally on his way back to Konoha. Jiraiya trained him all over the elemental nations except for Iwa, and when Naruto questioned him as to why, Jiraiya simply told him that there's still bad blood between Iwa and Konoha, so he didn't want to risk it. Through the spy network, Jiraiya learned that the Akatsuki had to delay their plans since Naruto basically went off the grid and they had no way of finding out where he was located since Jiraiya was very good at covering their tracks. Add in Naruto's natural ability to hide his presence and both of their skills with barrier seals, they were practically dead. Jiraiya did exactly what he told Naruto he would do and he trained him into the ground with zero remorse. He upped the level of Naruto's resistance seals to the point where he could barely move and every time Naruto got used to them, he would increase the level. Naruto asked Jiraiya to give him an actual spar going all out and Naruto quickly learned why Jiraiya was one of the legendary Sannin. The fight was over within the first 5 minutes and Naruto didn't even lay a finger on him. That was 3 months into the trip and after that Naruto would continuously ask him for a spar every 3 months until Jiraiya was forced to call for them to end the spar. In terms of raw speed, Jiraiya knew that Naruto was leagues ahead of him and he wasn't even surprised given who his father was. Taijutsu-wise, after the first 1.5 years, Jiraiya knew Naruto could easily match him when he used the 7 heavenly breaths technique, but Naruto wasn't satisfied with that. He wanted to match Jiraiya without using the 7 heavenly breaths technique and he pushed himself even harder. It wasn't until 3 months before the trip ended that Naruto was able to evenly match Jiraiya in Taijutsu. Naruto was proud of that as was Jiraiya, but that ended once Jiraiya told Naruto he has a technique known as Sage Mode that would force Naruto to use the 7 heavenly breaths technique. Ninjutsu was Naruto's biggest breakthrough since he was a chakra powerhouse. He learned multiple wind, water, fire and ice jutsus while they were traveling. Jiraiya wanted to teach Naruto some earth ninjutsu, but Naruto declined since he was comfortable with what he had. He worked on his water ninjutsu in Kiri with a member of Jiraiya's spy network and he never learned her name, but he didn't mind that. She drilled him in water ninjutsu until he could do them with one hand sign. She also taught him more water ninjutsu as well. Water style. Multiple raging rapids, 1,000 needles of death, water pillar thrust, black rain jutsu, surf strike, water style. Hardened water drill and water style. Explosive bite of the water dragon. Jiraiya himself personally trained Naruto in fire ninjutsu. Fire was his main chakra nature and he carried fire jutsu scrolls with him. Most of them were jutsus he collected over the years and never bothered to learn. Those were the jutsus he gave to Naruto and drilled those into him as well. Fire style. Blast wave wild dance, fire style. Crimson earth spider, fire style. Flame hurricane, fire style. Dragon flame jutsu, flame meteors and flame tornado. As for his wind ninjutsu, that was kind of tricky. Jiraiya didn't want to have any contact with Konoha throughout this trip and he needed some wind ninjutsu. Naruto asked him why he wasn't prepared and Jiraiya replied that he was busy, but Naruto knew what he was doing. Jiraiya was out spying on girls at the hot springs before they went to Snow Country and that took up the time he was supposed to be grabbing what he would need for the trip. Jiraiya had a spy get in contact with Gaara and offered him a nice amount of money for some wind ninjutsu scrolls that Gaara accepted since he had a feeling it was for Naruto. Vacuum sword, violent whirlwind, wind style. Divine mountain wind, wind style. Pressure damage, wind style. Rotating shuriken, wind waves, sword of the wind count, shield of the wind count and wind style. Holy rotating wind blades were all the jutsus he learned, but the last one was his own creation. He was working on a side project, but he wouldn't tell Jiraiya what it was. He worked on his Ice Kekkei Genkai, and while he was in snow before he left, Koyuki gave him some scrolls on ice ninjutsu that her uncle had hidden away. Ice style. Earth chain ice, ice prison jutsu, ice style. Black dragon blizzard, frozen capturing field, ice breaking sledgehammer, ice style. One-horned white whale, ice style. Twin Dragon Blizzard, Ice Sword and Ice Shuriken were all the jutsus he learned thanks to Koyuki. Naruto also developed a lightning affinity while they were out training, and Naruto learned a few lighting jutsus while they were traveling Lightning Country. Naruto had to buy some lightning scrolls off of a traveling caravan. Lightning Ball, Lightning Bolt, Thunderclap Arrow, Electromagnetic Murder, Lightning Whip and he created an S-rank lightning jutsu called Raijin's Wrath that controls lighting in the air no matter the weather, and it sends bolts of lighting down to the ground. Ninjutsu-wise, they spent a lot of time working on his chakra control, but no matter how much he worked on it, he was only able to cast A and S rank Jinjutsu without his Hishigan activated, but he could do any kind of Jinjutsu with his eye, and he found that weird. His Kenjutsu was beyond that of anybody in Konoha, since he was personally trained by Mifune in Iron Country when they made a stop there. Iron Country was the perfect place for Naruto to practice his Ice Kekkei Genkai, since there was snow on the ground at the time he was there. His Fuinjutsu easily surpassed Jiraiya's skills, but with him being in Uzumaki, they already knew that was going to happen. Jiraiya knew he had training complete and was strong, but he still needed more field experience. For the last 3 months of the training trip, Jiraiya had Naruto go out and fight high-class rogue ninja to sharpen his skills in battle. Jiraiya had him go out in disguise and capture or kill a missing ninja. Since Naruto would use a different disguise every time, they were unable to put him in the bingo book and create a bounty for him. Jiraiya also got Naruto into the habit of meditating and remaining still. Jiraiya told him that when the toads decide to train him, this would come in handy, and Naruto didn't complain. Naruto also summoned Gamakichi to train with him. Since Gamakichi was his familiar, Naruto wanted them to be fully in sync with one another. They were nearly a perfect combo and would finish later, since the toads wanted Gamakichi to focus on his toad training for now. Naruto also met the Nine Tails and they are on speaking terms, but not close to being allies. Flashback. Alright, Naruto. It's been 1.5 years into this trip and you've grown quite a bit. I want you to do something for me. Jiraiya said. What's that? Naruto asked. I want you to get in contact with the Nine Tails. Jiraiya said. Why? I thought we were going to wait a bit longer for that. Naruto said. That was the plan, but one of my spies revealed something to me about the 8 Tails and 2 Tails Jinchuriki back in Kumo. Jiraiya said. What did your spy say? Naruto asked. The 8 Tails and 2 Tails Jinchuriki are fully in sync with their tailed beast. There's rumors going around that instead of forcefully using the tailed beast chakra like we think you need to do, they befriended their tailed beasts and trained with them to become fully synchronized. Jiraiya said. I've never heard of doing that before. Do you think any other Jinchuriki is able to do this? Naruto asked. From what my spies in Kiri told me, before his death, the 4th Mizukage was able to completely transform into his tailed beast. I don't know about Iwa, Taki and Kiri's other Jinchuriki though. Iwa keeps both of their Jinchuriki under heavy watch. Taki, I don't have spies in there since it's hidden by a secret entrance, and Kiri's other Jinchuriki is a rogue ninja and has been keeping a low profile. Jiraiya said. So, you want me to befriend the Nine Tails, which is basically impossible from what I've been told. Naruto asked. It's worth a shot. Listen, I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't even remember. Do you remember when you were training with me and Tsunade and you were using the Nine Tails chakra? Jiraiya asked. Yeah. I grew 3 tails and blacked out. You said I went on a rampage. Naruto said. That's true, but it's not the entire story. Jiraiya said. What do you mean? Naruto asked. You lost control at 3 tails, but during your rampage you grew a 4th tail. When you grew the fourth tail, your skin started to peel off and you literally turned into a miniature nine tails. Tsunade was able to suppress the nine tails chakra, but your skin was badly damaged. Jiraiya said, well that sucks. I don't remember any of it. I bet I kicked your ass. Naruto said, and Jiraiya just mumbled something under his breath about him getting a lucky shot. Listen, I want you to meditate and go into your mindscape to talk to the nine tails. Do this at least 2 times a week. Jiraiya said, alright. Naruto said and started to meditate. Mindscape, man, this place is a dump. I can't believe my actual mind looks like this. Naruto thought as he walked up to the cage containing the nine tails. Yo, nine tails. Naruto said, and the nine tails roared, you disgusting human. Come here and let me rip your flesh from your bones. The nine tails yelled, if that's the case then I'll stay where I'm at. What's your deal anyway? Naruto asked, I hate all humans. The nine tails growled, even me? Naruto asked, especially you. The nine tails said, why? I didn't do anything to you. Actually, this is the first time I've even met you. Naruto said, I hate you the most because I'm sealed inside of you. The nine tails said, what? That doesn't even make any sense. I was a damn baby. You can't blame me for that. Naruto said, what the hell do you want? The nine tails asked, I just want to talk. Naruto said, no. You humans are all the same. You only capture us to be used for your wars and to quench your thirst for power. The nine tails said, that's not why I'm here. I just wanted to know if you want to be my friend. Naruto said, I will never be friends with a human. However, you do have a minuscule amount of my respect for defeating Shukaku. I always hated that stupid raccoon. The nine tails said, how do you know about that? Naruto asked, I'm inside your mind. I can see your memories. My favorite is the one with you getting your ass kicked by your perverted teacher. The nine tails said, of course it is. Look, I really did come here to be friends. Naruto said, no. The nine tails said and roared, forcing Naruto out of his mind. Real world, well, that was rude. Naruto said, what happened? Jiraiya asked, the nine tails kicked me out of my own mind. Naruto said, did you befriend it? Jiraiya asked, no, but he said I have a minuscule amount of his respect. Naruto said, why? Naruto asked, because I defeated Shukaku. Naruto said, I see. It's not much, but it's a start. Jiraiya said, flashback end. Naruto kept talking to the nine tails for the remainder of the trip and they became somewhat friends, but the nine tails wasn't ready to completely trust Naruto. Naruto figured the nine tails had a name but refused to tell him and Naruto was okay with that. Naruto also thanked the nine tails for healing him when he was a kid, but the nine tails said he didn't have a choice thanks to the seal Naruto has. Naruto had quite the growth spurt during this training trip and it was thanks to Jiraiya putting him on an even more strict diet since he wasn't around Ramen. He no longer stood at 5'2". He was now 6'2" and put on more muscle, but he didn't have a bulky muscle build. He has more of a lean type of body. He grew his hair out a bit and he looked exactly like the fourth Hokage. All of his baby fat was gone from his face, so he had a more defined jawline now. Hey, pervy sage. Naruto said and Jiraiya sighed. What is it? Jiraiya asked, do you think Taiya met somebody else while I was gone? Naruto asked, I doubt it. I saw how inseparable you two were before we left and I noticed she's opened up to you. You've also changed because of her. You were vocal before, but now it's like you don't even have a filter. Jiraiya said, did Granny Tsunade change you? Naruto asked, she changed me in a good and bad way. Jiraiya said, how? Naruto asked, despite me being a pervert, I was actually not sexually active before my first time with Tsunade. Yeah, I would peek at the bathhouses, but that was just a hobby. I told myself that Tsunade would be the only woman I would sleep with. We messed around a few times and we were actually each other's first. She started to date Dan and I was happy for her. After Dan died and she blew up at me, that's when I really started sleeping around with multiple women and drinking a lot. Sometimes I would have to pay and sometimes they would just throw themselves at me. Jiraiya said, that doesn't sound like changing you for the better. Naruto said, that was the bad part. She changed me for the better because it made me focus more on my goal in life. Before me and Tsunade got together, I was just a ninja for the hell of it. She told me her dream to become the world's greatest medic and that's when I decided I would change the world. Jiraiya said, what do you mean change the world? Naruto asked, there's too much hate in this shinobi world of ours. My dream is a world where everyone can cooperate and get along with one another. I've fought in 2 of the 3 great shinobi wars and it's not a pretty sight. Senseless fighting just to prove what village is stronger. Things like that are tearing the world apart and I fear with the Akatsuki hunting tailed beasts, they'll start another war. All of this is pointless and we should be trying to set a good example for future generations. A lot of people think it's silly, but that's an honest dream of mine. My books may be for perverts, but at least they aren't killing each other. I gave them something to bond over. Jiraiya said, I wouldn't mind a world with no violence. The first 11 or 12 years of my life was surrounded by violence from the people in my own village. Naruto said. What is your dream? Jiraiya asked. Don't get me wrong, I still want to become Hokage, but I have a different dream as well. Naruto said, and now Jiraiya was intrigued. Well, this may seem dumb, but I want the tailed beasts to have their freedom again. I know me and the Nine Tails can't be separated thanks to our lives being intertwined because of the death god, but sealing them away against their will isn't a good thing. Naruto said, surprising both Jiraiya and the Nine Tails. Would you make that your dream? Jiraiya asked. I don't know. Ever since the first time I talked with the Nine Tails, I've been having a weird thought in my head. Naruto said. Weird how? Jiraiya asked. Okay. So, you know how the tailed beasts have been around for like thousands of years, right? Naruto asked. Yeah. Jiraiya said. Doesn't it seem odd that there's never been any incidents in history of them attacking or causing destruction? I have a feeling that they've been out here for a higher purpose. I don't know the complete history, but I don't think the tailed beasts started attacking humans until we started sealing them away. Doesn't that make us as much of a monster or demon as we call them? Naruto asked. You bring up valid points, but you thought of all this just from one talk with the Nine Tails. Jiraiya asked. Yeah. He also slipped up and told me Hashirama Senju was responsible for the sealing of the tailed beasts. I like Hashirama as much as the next guy, but he was wrong for capturing the tailed beasts and giving them away like he owned them. We're kind of fixing his mistakes when you look at it, since all of these wars have been about power, and the Jinchuriki are always used as weapons of war. Naruto said. So, there's just one thing. You can't extract a tailed beast without killing the host. Jiraiya said. That's not true. I think that's only if you remove it quickly. I think if I came up with a seal to remove the tailed beast, then they can live. The only problem is I would need one seal to remove the tailed beast, but heal them as well while the tailed beast is being removed. Naruto said. The removing part should be easy for you, but the healing part you should talk to Tsunade about since she's the world's greatest medic. Jiraiya said. She does have skills in Fuinjutsu as well. Thanks, pervy sage. Naruto said, and Jiraiya sighed. We were having a great conversation and he still calls me that. There's no respect. Jiraiya thought. Alright, listen up. We'll be back in Konoha by tomorrow morning if we keep this pace up. Jiraiya said. Nice. Don't forget that Granny Tsunade asked you out on a date when you get back. Naruto said. Oh, trust me. I haven't. Jiraiya said and pulled out the bra he stole from her. I hope you washed that thing. Naruto said. Shut up. Jiraiya said. Humped your mindscape. The Nine Tails said. What for? Naruto asked. We need to talk. The Nine Tails said. Fine. Naruto thought. Mindscape, what is it? Naruto asked. Your dream. If you really wish to free the other 8 tailed beasts, then you should know the truth about the tailed beasts. The Nine Tails said. What do you mean by the truth? Naruto asked. Exactly that. Do you know who the Sage of Six Paths is? The Nine Tails asked. I've heard of him. Naruto said. That's good enough. Long before the founding of the hidden villages, the Sage of Six Paths saved the world by sealing the 10 tails into his body, becoming its Jinchuriki. Some time later, the sage was inspired by his youngest son, Asura, to use his creation of all things ability to divide the 10 tails chakra into 9 living entities, what would become the tailed beasts. The Nine Tails said. So, he's basically like your father then? Naruto asked. Yes. The sage named us tailed beasts and explained to us that a link existed between us despite their separation. He also foretold of a day when we would be brought together again, though not as we were, and that at that time someone would emerge to show them what true power is. The Nine Tails said. True power. Naruto said and thought about his conversation when he first met Haku. We tailed beasts were originally created not only to prevent the 10 tails resurrection, but also to maintain balance and peace. The Nine Tails said. So I was right when I said that you were here for a higher purpose. Naruto said. Yes. Now, I've already told you about what Hashirama did so I don't need to repeat myself for that. Now, over the centuries, humanity failed to recognize us tailed beasts as sentient individuals, instead seeing us only as monsters, demons, or mindless beasts worthy of fear and disdain. Because of our immense power, we were sought out by humans and used as weapons in times of war. The Nine Tails said. Am I the first person you were sealed in? Naruto asked. No. I was sealed away twice before you. Coincidentally, it was always in Uzumaki that I was sealed into, since they're the only people who can handle my chakra. The Nine Tails said. Who else were you sealed inside of? Naruto asked. Mito Uzumaki and Kushina Uzumaki. The Nine Tails said. My mom was a Jinchuriki. Naruto asked. Yes. Kushina, like yourself, was basically forced into becoming a Jinchuriki. She was brought here all the way from Yasushi Agakur to become my second container since Mito Uzumaki was dying. Instead of letting Kushina judge me in her own way, Mito brainwashed your mother into thinking I was a rampaging beast, and like Mito, your mother also treated me like shit. They both had me chained up to some kind of lava rock in their seal, with stakes going through each of my tails, hands and chest. Mito and Hashirama knew I was being controlled when I attacked the first time, but they were scared of my power and sealed me away after I was recovering from the genjutsu I was placed under. The Nine-Tails said. It's hard to believe that my mom would treat you like that. From what I was told, my mother was a loving and caring person. Naruto said. The humans, yes. To tailed beasts she treated me like everyone else. The Nine-Tails said. Who controlled you? Naruto asked. Madara-cha. The Sharingan once it reaches a certain level, has the power to control a tailed beast. The Nine-Tails said. That was over 100 years ago. Naruto said. Yes. That one act caused humans to treat us like they currently do, and we need to get back to our true purpose of maintaining peace and balance. The Nine-Tails said. How do you plan on doing that? Naruto asked. I have my ways. The Nine-Tails said and went to sleep. The hell does that mean? Naruto said and left his mindscape. Real world. I'm guessing the Nine-Tails wanted to talk to you again. Jiraiya said. Yeah. Naruto said. Any progress between you two? Jiraiya asked. I'm not really sure, but he's a lot more talkative. Naruto said. That's better than what it was when you first talked to him. Now, let's get some sleep. We should be in Konoha a few hours after we wake up. Jiraiya said. Okay. Naruto said. Konoha. Over the past 2.5 years, Konoha has been different since Naruto was gone. No one knew where he went, and somebody even started a rumor that he was finally killed, but that was quickly shut down when Taiya found out who started the rumor. That's another thing people came to realize in this village. When Naruto isn't around, do not piss off Taiya because it won't end well. Actually, they decided to not piss her off even if Naruto was around because they didn't want to deal with him either. Taiya also kept the apartment building up and running while he was gone. She handled all problems the building had if it ever occurred and hired a maintenance team to take requests for anything that needed to be fixed. I'm the Red Light District. Taiya was practically royalty since she was with Naruto and never judged them for how they lived. A noble that was walking in the Red Light District once tried to attack Taiya, but the men in the district grabbed him and pulled him into an alley. They gave him the worst beating of his life and escorted Taiya back to her apartment before going about their business. Taiya grew up a lot over the years and she quickly became one of the most desired women in the village. Taiya now wore a white V-neck half-shirt that showed off her cleavage, which grew from a B-cup to nearly the size of Tsunade's give or take a few centimeters. She wore mesh underneath that went to her thighs and a red skirt that she wore some spandex underneath. She wore the same open-toed strap black sandals with a heel as Tsunade, and she would sometimes wear a blue haori with her outfit. To top the outfit off, she wore the necklace Naruto gave her before he left the village. Due to her eating and having a healthier lifestyle, her hair was now a vibrant red color instead of the dull red it was before. Out of the entire Rookie 9 that she was a part of now, she was easily the most beautiful of all the girls and she constantly rejected everybody that asked her out on a date. While she still had her temper, she matured a lot and didn't curse as much as she used to. Her training with Tsunade paid off over the years and if she wanted to become a medical ninja, then she would have been her apprentice, but Taiya declined when Tsunade actually offered her the position. She actually listened to Naruto when he told her to add some ninjutsu and taijutsu to her repertoire. Her genjutsu was still her strong point and she no longer used a flute since she could whistle in different tunes to activate her genjutsu. Her genjutsu was already Chunin level before, but thanks to her training with Kurenai, it was now Anbu level. Her taijutsu was mid-jonin thanks to her training with Anko and Tsunade. Ninjutsu was her biggest surprise since she had two chakra natures earth and fire. Tsunade personally trained her with her earth chakra nature and trained her using her fire chakra nature. All around she was a mid-jonin level shinobi and was somewhat patiently waiting to get promoted to jonin. She was friends with the majority of the Rookie 9 and they were shocked when she told them that she's dating Naruto. The only ones who weren't really shocked were Sakura and Ino since they saw them at the festival. The only ones that she didn't get along with were Hinata, Kiba, Shikamaru, Choji and Niji, but she suspected Hinata had something to do with that. Sakura and Ino personally pulled Taiya to the side and apologized for how they treated her during her first few months in Konoha. They explained their feelings towards Sasuke at the time and why they were acting like total bitches towards her and Naruto. It took some time, but Taiya eventually forgave them and then she was dragged shopping with Ino. Needless to say, Naruto doesn't have much space in his apartment anymore and Taiya didn't realize how fun shopping was. Ten got along with Taiya just fine, but they didn't really see each other, but when they did see each other and didn't have anything planned, they would hang out. Rock Lee was a different story. Taiya didn't hate him, but she didn't like him either and that was due to his loud talking and eccentric ways. She would just tune him out whenever he started talking. Shino was quiet, but Taiya knew he didn't have a problem with her. Kiba and Hinata were like her worst enemies in Konoha. Kiba still treated her like an outsider and threatened her a lot which resulted in her placing him under a very strong genjutsu that he couldn't break out of. Add in the fact that she grew up quite nicely and Kiba would try to get her in bed just to do it, but she put him in a coma every time he did that. Hinata was probably the worst since nobody really believed her. To everyone else Hinata was quiet and shy still, but when it was her and Tei alone, she was the complete opposite. Once Hinata hit a growth spurt, she'd look at Tei and smirk at her while puffing her chest out, making Tei grit her teeth. However, that all changed once Tei hit a growth spurt and her chest was even bigger than Hinata's, which pissed Hinata off. When they took the Chunin exams again, they had to fight each other and it was not a pretty sight. Tei nearly killed Hinata, but the match was stopped when Hinata couldn't continue. Needless to say, Tsunade kept them far away from each other and if Tei was sent on a mission that required the Byakugan, Tsunade would send her with Niji or any other Hyuga. Right now, Tei was sitting in Tsunade's office talking to her and Shizune. "So, how was your last round to the hospital?" Tsunade asked. "It was good. I don't know why you keep sending me there. I'm not a medical ninja." Tei said. "True, but with me having to fire so many of the staff due to their records, I need some help. The civilians should be done and ready by next week." Tsunade said. "Well, can they hurry up? The Paylight Free comes in halfway through my shift to start hers." Tei said. "I don't understand why Hinata doesn't like you." Shizune said. "It's because I have Naruto and she doesn't. It's not my fault we fell for each other. She's known him for like 12 years now and she never even tried to get to know him." Tei said. "You know, I'm amazed at how much you've changed since you became a Konoha ninja." Shizune said. "I'm not. We know why she changed." Tsunade said. "Yeah. My lovable blue-eyed fuckface of a boyfriend." Tei said and had a smile on his face. "Do you miss him?" Shizune asked. "Does she miss the pervert?" Tei asked. "Fair point." Shizune said. "When the hell are they coming back? I thought they were supposed to be here last week." Tei said. "They were. I don't know what's taking them so long. I'll give them until the end of tomorrow before I send 2 squads of Anbu to go look for them." Tsunade said. "What if something happened?" Tei asked. "I doubt it. The Akatsuki don't know where they are and Naruto was basically a jonin when he left. Add in somebody like Jiraiya who is even stronger than I am. If he actually trained Naruto like he said he would then I doubt anybody would stand a chance against the two of them." Tsunade said and pulled out a bottle of sake. "He needs to hurry the fuck up." Tei said. "I let that one slide." Tsunade said. "Sorry. Now, on to important matters." Tei said. "What important matters?" Tsunade asked. "Why haven't I been promoted to jonin? I think that I have earned my promotion and you can't tell me otherwise." Tei said as she crossed her arms and tilted her head upwards. "The fact that she doesn't even realize she acts like Naruto sometimes is astounding." Shizune thought. "I thought I already made you a jonin." Tsunade said. "That was Shikamaru and Niji." Tei said. "I remember now. I sent an Anbu to come get you, but you weren't answering the door. What were you doing?" Tsunade asked. "I was busy." Tei said and had a blush on her face. "I see." Shizune, hand me Tei's mission file. Tsunade said. "Of course." Shizune said and handed her the file. "Let's see." Tei. 3 D rank missions, 15 C rank missions, 10 B rank missions and 3 A rank missions. Not bad. You have a few write-ups, but those were from your missions with Team 8 and you haven't had one since. Jinjutsu is Anbu level, Taijutsu is mid-jonin level, and Ninjutsu is also mid-jonin level. It says here that you possibly have a Kekkei Genkai." Tsunade said. "Really?" Tei asked. "That's right. Mei Terumi, the new Mizukage, saw you training when she was here to discuss a treaty between Kiri and Konoha. She suspects that you may be able to use the lava Kekkei Genkai. She said once you were done training she saw signs of lava being used and if that were the case she left behind some jutsus for you to learn." Shizune said. "Why didn't I know about this?" Tsunade asked. "You were drunk when I told you and you had me put it down in her file." Shizune said. "That's probably why I don't remember. Anyway, let's check it out." Tsunade said and gave Tei some chakra paper. "How will I be able to use lava if I don't have anybody to train me?" Tei asked. "I'll train you. You have complete control over your earth and fire chakra natures, so you just have to combine them. I know how to combine chakra natures, so I'll be able to help you." Tsunade said. "Alright." Tei said. Tei channeled some chakra into the paper and the results were shocking to say the least. The paper split into 4 pieces this time instead of burning and then crumbling away. One piece was ripped to shreds, one caught on fire, one crumbled away, and the last one melted away as it turned into lava. "That's new. I never had a wind chakra nature before." Tei said. "It must have developed while you were training over the years." Shizune said. "What chakra natures does Naruto have again?" Tsunade asked. "Wind, water and fire." Tei said. "I see. Ninjutsu-wise I'd say you're both even and cancel each other out for the most part. Your wind cancels each other out. His water beats your fire, but your earth beats his water." However, his fire can beat your earth, and vice versa. Tsunade said. Who's going to teach me how to control my wind chakra nature? Taiya asked. I can teach you. I have a wind affinity, but I don't use it. Shizune said. Nice. Taiya said. Well, everything here checks out. Congratulations on being promoted to Jonin. Tsunade said and tossed Taiya her Jonin vest. That's it. Where's the streamers, confetti and balloons? Taiya asked. That's what you thought a Jonin promotion was like? Shizune asked. Well, yeah. Taiya said. Well, it's not. Tsunade said. I'd rather get demoted then. At least when I won the Chunin exams it was a huge celebration. Taiya said. That's because it's an event. This isn't an event. Tsunade said. Can you demote me to Genin so I can take the Chunin exams over? Taiya asked. No. Besides, what would Naruto think if you got demoted? Tsunade asked and smirked when Taiya sighed. He'd be disappointed. Taiya mumbled. Exactly. Tsunade said. I hate it when you use Naruto against me. It's not fair. Taiya said. Yeah. I know. Tsunade said. Taiya, will you be joining us for dinner tonight? Shizune asked. No. I think I'll stay at me and Naruto's apartment. Taiya said. I can't wait to see him again. Shizune said. You can't. He's my godson who I only knew for a few months before he had to leave. Tsunade said. Excuse me. He's my boyfriend and I haven't been able to kiss or cuddle him in nearly 3 years. If anybody misses him the most it's me and I call first dibs on him. Taiya said. We'll see about that. Tsunade said. What makes you think he's going to want to see you first? Taiya asked. I'm his godmother and a member of the Uzumaki clan. What makes you think he'll want to see you first? Tsunade asked. I'm his girlfriend and he can't make out with you. Taiya said. How about a bet? Tsunade asked. Name your terms. Taiya said. Jiraiya will send word when they're about to be in the village. Me and you will be in the office. Whoever he wants to see first is the winner. If you lose, then you have to take Team Abisu on a C-rank mission of my choosing. Tsunade said and Taiya shivered. Fine. If you lose, then you have to wear the spandex outfit from the 2 green beans and run through Konoha while yelling about your flames of youth. Taiya said and Tsunade shivered. Deal. Tsunade said and they shook on it as a messenger toad appeared. Lady Tsunade, Lady Taiya, Shizune. Jiraiya and Naruto will be in the village sometime tomorrow morning. The toad said. Thank you. Tsunade said and the toad left. Looks like we'll find out tomorrow. Taiya said. Looks like we do. Shizune, you're the witness just in case she tries to back out. Tsunade said and Shizune sighed. Of course, laddie. Shizune said. Next day, Naruto and Jiraiya were walking up to the Konoha gate silently enjoying the walk. They knew they were supposed to be back last week, but they just decided to relax a bit more. They just decided to tell Tsunade that they trained for a bit longer and Jiraiya needed to meet up with somebody from his spy network. Meanwhile, Tsunade and Taiya were both in the office glaring at the door as if trying to summon Naruto into the office. They've been in the office before the sun came up and Shizune was forced to bring them some food since neither of them ate. Where the fuck is he? Taiya yelled. What's the matter? Scared to lose? Tsunade asked. Please. Taiya scoffed. Hey. Why is everybody staring at the door? Jiraiya asked as he came through the window. Jiraiya. Tsunade said and nearly gave him a hug, but she stopped. Where the fuck is Naruto? Taiya yelled and Jiraiya shrunk away from her. Well, his ramen ticket is still good and he said the Ichirikas would be the first people he saw when he returns. Jiraiya said. He chose them over me. Taiya said and her eye twitched. He chose food over family. Tsunade said and then Naruto came in the office followed by 12 shadow clones carrying ramen. Oh, my dear ramen. I've missed you so much. Naruto said. Ahem. Taiya said and Naruto looked up. Hey Taiya. Whoa. Naruto said and his jaw dropped. W what? Taiya asked. Why you're even more beautiful than the last time I saw you. Naruto said. Thanks. Taiya said and Naruto took a closer look at her. 104, 60, 98. Naruto said and gave Taiya a kiss that made her melt. I know I've said this before, but you make me so proud, Naruto. Jiraiya said crying and I'm tears. I've kind of hit a growth spurt. Do you like it? Taiya asked and rubbed the back of her head while doing the infamous Naruto Uzumaki nervous grin. Of course. Even if you wouldn't have grown like this I'd still like it. Naruto said. What about me? Tsunade asked. You're still 106 centimeters. I don't think they're getting any bigger than that. Jiraiya said. Shut up. That's not what I meant. Give me a hug, Naruto. Tsunade said and Naruto gave her a hug as well. I guess the bet is over with. Shizune said as Naruto gave her a hug as well. What bet? Naruto asked. They made a bet that they'll each be the first person you'd want to see, but neither of them won or lost. Shizune said. Alright, Jiraiya. How strong is he? Tsunade asked. Honestly, he's nearly as strong as me. Jiraiya said. No. Seriously. How strong is he? Tsunade asked. I'm serious. He has the skills and field experience to back it up. There's not a Jonin or Anbu in the village who can beat him. I said I would train him seriously and that's what I did. Jiraiya said. Naruto, guess what? Taiya said. What? Naruto asked. I have the Lava Kekkei Genkai and a Wind Chakra nature. Taiya said. That's awesome. I can tell you've gotten way stronger since I've been gone. Naruto said. Naruto, I want to test your skills. I'm not doubting Jiraiya, but I want to be sure. I already have an opponent picked out for you. Actually, he requested this whenever you came back to the village. Tsunade said. Who is it? Naruto asked and there was a knock on her door. Come in. Tsunade said and the door opened revealing Shikamaru and Temari. Naruto. Temari said and pulled him into a hug. Hey Temari. How have you been? Naruto asked. I'm great. Where have you been? You just disappeared for nearly 3 years. Temari said. I'm great. I was out training with Pervy Sage. Naruto said. I'll say. You're no longer a shrimp. You've grown and you've become even more handsome. Temari said. Shrimp. I'll have you know that I was taller than you by an inch before I left. As for my good looks, I guess I was always a good-looking guy. Naruto said and then Temari smirked. You sure were. Temari said and looked at him from to toe. Hey, back off. He's mine. Taiya said and Temari lifted her hands in mock surrender. I'm just observing. Temari said. I'm surprised the two of you can be in the same room given what happened. Naruto said. We couldn't at first, but I matured a lot since you've been gone. Taiya said. I can tell. Naruto said and Taiya blushed. Yeah. She's actually pretty cool. Temari said. Wait, are you my opponent? Naruto asked. Opponent? No. Me and the crybaby here are finalizing plans for the Chunin exams. Temari said and pointed at Shikamaru. Shikamaru. Naruto said. Naruto. Shikamaru said and the door was burst open. Lady Tsunade. The villagers are. Whoa. Sakura, as she looked at Naruto and started to daydream. Sakura. Tsunade said. Huh? Sakura asked. What did you have to tell me? Tsunade asked. I forgot. Who is this? He's so sexy. Sakura said. Back off my boyfriend. Taiya said and pulled Naruto close to her. That's Naruto, Sakura said. Sup? Naruto said. Hey. Sakura said and then had a dreamy look on her face. So, I'm guessing Kakashi is my opponent since he's hiding his chakra signature outside. Naruto said. That would be. Kakashi trailed off as he looked at Naruto. Minato-sensei. No. He doesn't have whiskers. Kakashi thought. Why does everybody keep staring at me? Haven't you all seen somebody grow up? Naruto asked. Because you're one sexy fucker. Taiya said. I bet he's well endowed. Temari mumbled, but Taiya heard her. He is and it's mine. Taiya said. I said that out loud. Temari asked. Yeah. Taiya said. Anyway, you're half right. I'm both you and Sakura's opponent. I want to see how much you've both grown. Kakashi said, but Tsunade noticed Naruto's and Kakashi's eyes harden a bit as they looked at each other. It's been a while since I've had an actual fight. I'm down. Naruto said. Me too. Sakura said and then Naruto tossed Kakashi a book. No way. Is this real? Kakashi asked. Yeah. It's the latest book from Pervy Sage. I'm sure you'd enjoy it. Naruto said. Jiraiya, you gave him that book? Tsunade asked. Not quite. It's a pretty good book actually. It's different from my other ones. It's still icha, but instead of being inspired by peeking in bathhouses like I usually do, I wrote this one from my imagination and heart. He decided to add some stuff to the book and I think you should give it a read. Jiraiya said and gave her a copy. I am not reading this filth. Tsunade said. Just read the first 2 pages. It's a book I think women will start to enjoy. Jiraiya said. Yeah. It's not just some idiotic smut anymore. It's beautiful. Kakashi said and wiped a tear from his eye. I never thought I'd see the day Kakashi cries over a book after the first 2 pages. Shizune said. What page are you on? Naruto asked. Page 2. Kakashi said. Hold on. What about our fight? Sakura asked. We'll do it in a few hours. Kakashi said and went up and smoked. Well, how about we catch up, Naruto? Sakura asked. Not right now. I need to talk to Granny Tsunade. Naruto said. Maybe later then. Sakura said. Sure. Naruto said and Sakura left. Shikamaru, you're dismissed. I'll get what I need from you later. Tsunade said and Shikamaru just left then Tsunade sealed the room. What is it? Tsunade asked. Gaara will be the first Jinchuriki the Akatsuki goes after. Naruto said. Why Gaara? Temari asked and got worried. Because I'm guessing they need to go in order for their plans. I'll be last since I have the strongest tailed beast. Naruto said. Then we need to get to Suna. Temari said. No, we don't. Me and Naruto have toads placed in Suna that will reverse summon him when the Akatsuki arrive. They'll reverse summon him and whoever he's touching to the area. Jiraiya said. Aren't you going with them, Master Jiraiya? Shizune asked. No. I have to meet up with some important contacts about something and then see about my movie. Jiraiya said. The one with Princess Koyuki? Tsunade asked. That's the one. Jiraiya said. When will you be back? Tsunade asked. Not sure. I'll let you know when I get there. Jiraiya said. Okay. If that's all then this meeting is dismissed. Tsunade said. Actually, there's one more thing. Naruto said. What is it? Tsunade asked. I figured out who my dad was during my trip with Pervy Sage, but didn't say anything. Do you know if he left me anything? Naruto asked. Maybe. There's a seal on his picture, but I couldn't open it. Tsunade said. Wait, who's your father? Temari asked. I look just like him. Naruto said and pointed at the fourth Hokage's picture. He's your father, Temari asked. Yeah. I never really paid attention to it until my hair grew longer. Naruto said and channeled some chakra into the seal on the picture. I can't believe I didn't see it sooner. Some friend I am. Temari said. I'm his fucking girlfriend. How do you think I feel? Taiya asked. Whoa. Naruto said as he looked at what his father left him. What is it? Taiya asked. It's jutsus from him that he wants me to learn. Some of the names are a bit odd, but I have the harem jutsu so I can't really complain. Naruto said. The what? Taiya asked and raised an eyebrow. Nothing. Anyway, Granny Tsunade, he has something in here for you as well. It's a medical seal that heals minor injuries and replenishes the user's chakra reserves a bit. Naruto said. Really? Tsunade asked. Yeah. Everything else is for me. Naruto said and gave her the seal with the instructions. This can lower our death rate and possibly increase the mission success even more. Tsunade said. Well, now that this is over with, can I have some time with Naruto? Taiya asked. Of course. Tsunade said and unsealed the room. Don't forget about our day together, Granny. Naruto said. I already have it marked down. Tsunade said and Naruto left with Taiya. I'm surprised she let him talk this much given how much she's missed him. Shizune said. Trust me. They aren't going to do much talking. Tsunade said. I guess I'll go back to my hotel then. Maybe see if anybody wants to do something. Temari said. Take a dip in the hot springs. Tsunade said. Not happening with this pervert back. Temari said and pointed at Jiraiya before she left. Naruto and Taiya were walking around the village and everyone noticed how happy Taiya was now that Naruto was back. She had the biggest smile on her face and he was carrying her on his back. The older generation of civilians quickly realized that they looked like Minato and Kushina when they first got together and now almost everyone that treated him harshly in the past regret what they did to him. However, Naruto and Taiya didn't even notice anybody else around them since they were off in their own little world. So, how has everything been for you since I left? Naruto asked and Taiya sighed. Stressful. Taiya said. Why? Naruto asked. Because a lot of shit went down between me and the quiet bitch. The horny mutt nearly made me kill him. Plus all the damn Chunin and some Jonin kept trying to get me to sleep with them. Taiya said. Just point the Chunin and Jonin out to me. I'll teach them a lesson for you. Naruto said and Taiya smiled. I appreciate the offer, but I already took care of it. I started to trap all of them in a genjutsu that made them think they were getting castrated. Taiya said and Naruto laughed. That's my girl. Naruto said and Taiya kissed his cheek. I've been waiting nearly 3 years to hear you say that. Taiya said. I know. I'm back for good now. Naruto said. Finally. Taiya replied. Now, what did Hinata and Kiba do? Naruto asked and she chuckled. How'd you know I was talking about them? Taiya asked innocently. I've heard almost every nickname you have for everybody in this village. Naruto said. Fair point. Who do you want to hear about first? Taiya asked. Give me Kiba first. Naruto said. That horny fuck is one of the reasons I have so many write-ups on my file. He still treats me like an outsider and even tries to sabotage me on missions like a dumbass. Ever since I grew up thanks to puberty, he was one of the ones that constantly kept trying to sleep with me even after he found out we were dating. I can't tell you how many times I've had to kick his ass on a mission before I was able to go out on my own. The final straw was when he tried to grope my breasts and ass. I just decided to put him in a coma. He was in a coma for a few weeks. Taiya said. Want me to kick his ass? Naruto asked. No. I can handle myself. Taiya said. Next time he tries something you let me know. Naruto said. I will. I promise. Taiya said as they reached the apartment and went inside. I take it you're friends with Ino? Naruto asked as he looked at everything in his apartment that wasn't there before. Oh yeah. Her and Sakura pulled me to the side and apologized about what happened between us at the festival. After some time we became friends and Ino took me shopping. Taiya said. Obviously. Naruto sat on the couch which was brand new. Do you like the couch? Taiya asked. Yeah. Naruto said and sighed as he relaxed into the couch. Rough traveling? Taiya asked as she laid her head on his lap. Something like that. Naruto said. What happened? Taiya asked. Tell me about Hinata first. Naruto said. I forgot about her. First off, did you know that she had a huge crush on you? Taiya asked. No. I barely talked to her. Naruto said. Well, she did. She was such a bitch to me at first until I found out why. I mean, yeah, I know I'm known for being a bitch, but it wasn't on purpose. Anyway, she'd give me these side glances as if she was judging me every time we were near each other. On missions when I'd suggest something she would turn her nose up at me and then try to compete with a better idea. She would do slick shit like trip me and then act like it was an accident. Can you believe one day she had the nerve to pull me aside and tell me that you belonged to her? Talk about being crazy. Anyway, I finally settled things during the Chunin exams when we had to fight and I beat the shit out of her. Now, we can't even be near each other unless we're being supervised. Taiya said. Wow. I can't believe Hinata was like that. I guess Pervy Sage was right when he said you have to watch out for the quiet ones. Naruto said. That's not even the worst part. Apparently she has a nice little diary of things she'd like to do to you and with you. Ino told me about it and some of the stuff in there is something you wouldn't even think she's into. Taiya said. Wow. I hope you don't have something like that. Naruto said. I'm pretty straightforward with you. I'll tell you if I like something or not. Taiya said and Naruto gave her a kiss. That is true. Naruto said. Now, what happened on your trip? Any skanks try to get with you? Taiya asked. No. We traveled a lot and barely stayed in a hotel. Naruto said. Maybe that's why you sank into the damn couch. What else did you do? How strong are you really? I wasn't really paying attention to what the perv was saying. Taiya said. Why not? Naruto asked. Because I was distracted by your sexy ass face. Now, talk. Taiya said. We trained basically every day the entire time until about the last 3 months. That's when I was out dealing with rogue ninja gaining field experience. They were unable to place me in the bingo book because I used a disguise on top of a henge every time. As for how strong I am. Well, I can give Pervy Sage a run for his money. I'd say I'm close to surpassing him, I just need a bit more training. Naruto said. No fucking way. Taiya said. I'm not bullshitting you. He told me that himself. Naruto said. Did you learn anything new? Like ninjutsu or jinjutsu wise? Taiya asked. I've learned nearly 40 ninjutsu and none of them require hand seals really, but I still may use 1 or 2 just for the hell of it. Jinjutsu wise, I can't cast anything less than an A rank jinjutsu without my Hishigan activated, but I can use my Hishigan to cast any level of jinjutsu and I even came up with my own S rank jinjutsu. Naruto said. Really? What's it called? Taiya asked. Eyes of Helios. Naruto said. Nice. Sounds cool, but terrifying. What does it do? Taiya asked. It really depends on the person. It's only usable with the Hishigan and it penetrates deep into a person's soul. It will show you your deepest desire and if it's evil, it'll punish you in a random way to make you feel excruciating pain inside the jinjutsu and then you'd feel the same pain when the jinjutsu ends. Naruto said. What if it's a good desire? Taiya asked. Then it will let you live it out the way you want to. Your body won't go through any pain when the jinjutsu is over with, but the way you live the desire in the jinjutsu may not happen in real life. Naruto said. Nice. Sucks that I can't learn it. Taiya said. I guess it does. Naruto said and yawned. Tired? Taiya asked. Yeah. I've been traveling for nearly 3 years. Naruto said. Come on. Taiya said and pulled Naruto up off the couch. Where are we going? Naruto asked. To our room. Taiya said. Our? Since when did you sleep in my room? Naruto asked. Since the day we started dating. Taiya said and opened the door. Whoa. This bed is huge. Naruto said. I know. Thank goodness for ceiling scrolls. Taiya said. I think I'll test it out. Naruto said and flopped onto the bed. So, what do you think? Naruto. Taiya asked and she looked at him, then saw he was out. Fucking lovable idiot. Could have at least waited for me to get in the bed. Taiya said. She smiled and after getting him under the covers, she joined him. She was cuddled up to him and he wrapped an arm around her. She activated the seals for the apartment so nobody could get in from the outside and not even a shunshin would work. After a few minutes she was out as well. They slept all day not even realizing they missed his test with Kakashi and Sakura. Luckily for him, Kakashi decided to postpone for 2 days so he could read the newest Icha book Naruto gave him. After all, Naruto did have a girlfriend that missed him, so he didn't even expect him to show up. The only thing is that they were sleeping instead of doing what everyone thought they would be doing. Meanwhile in River Country, a certain group dressed in black cloaks with red clouds are getting ready to make their move against the tailed beasts. There's just one problem, Naruto Uzumaki will be a major problem for them. That's it for today guys, hope did you enjoyed this one if you do please leave a like share and subscribe for more, thanks for watching guys take care.